You like, subscribe. Let's go.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Let's go. Welcome in, everybody. This is Agree to Disagree, only on A2D Radio. Every show we are brought to by our doc, make them yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Greg Milakovic, Brian Wilson, no Uncle Sweeps today. Got work. Some people got work, and it's bigger than the show. You know what I mean? Work's bigger than the show, baby. But sometimes the show, we got to keep it going now. The show must go on because there's a lot to talk about. All right, we'll do Crumb of the Week later on in the show. Eagles' latest news. I mean, we talked about right before we came on. We were like, again. Like, we know people are going to talk about the Eagles. Like, there's nothing to talk about. And, I know I talked about it weeks ago. I'll get a tattoo on my ass if he's traded, right? I'll get a tattoo on my ass if he is traded, because the fact of the matter is a $32 million cap hit. People don't get traded. They don't get traded. They don't get released unless you're the worst player of all fucking time. You understand? I'm going to get heated about it right now. I don't even want to talk about it. When he's traded, we'll talk about it. And when if he's not traded, guess what? We'll have that talk too. So, listen, Eagles are always on the table, even though it tries to.
Down the ass tattoo.
Well, I'll come right out and say it because I still don't believe it's going to happen. The money just does not make sense. If they weren't such in dire cap hell to begin with, I would be more on board with it. But it's the cap hell, the cap hit, all right? The dead cap money that you can't get out of, all right? And then the fact that, like, who's signing checks for $20 million? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Nobody bets on themselves for $20 million, all right? I don't even believe Deshaun Watson's going to bet on himself for $20 million. Or I don't know what his dead cap is, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't buy that guys do that. Like, especially if you have an injury history. Like, Carson's the one who has the injury history. So your wife's going to be like, yeah, write the check for $20 million. We gooch. Put the tattoo on my ass when he's gone. All right? Put it right there. Right there. It might be a water one. You know what I mean? It might be the water off one.
A henna?
I'm not saying real.
You're going to get a henna?
You're going to get a henna?
You confirm or deny that.
Go down to the Wildwood Boardwalk, get a henna.
We go to OC right next to on campus. Yeah.
Not
Get
all.
a henna.
All. Who said on?
All
Philly
campus.
spring training begins.
Wills.
All right, and we're going to talk some optimism with this year's ball club a little bit. All right, a little optimism. Like the pen is I know say a lot better is easy to say because they were downright atrocious, the worst of all time in my opinion, but 100 times better already. Couple vets in there that can get outs. They at least have shown over points in their career they can get outs. Yeah. We didn't have anybody that's shown they can get outs last year. So we'll talk Phillies. We'll talk expectations. We'll talk a little bit about this potential lineup. We'll have fun with that. Our main topic at hand is going to be the Sixers and their road trip. And it continues tomorrow night against the Jazz, and it wraps up actually tomorrow night against the Jazz. So we're going to see what kind of fight they have now 1-2 on this road trip. So can you come out 500? That's what I asked for before we left. I said, 2-2, I'm fine with it. Our poll question, though, is brought to you by Body Check Wellness. And bodycheckwellness.com is where you can find them. You can use promo code A2D for 20% off. I love it. I take the focus and clarity. I said to Jake the other day, Jake ordered something, and he texted me. He said, "Oh, it arrived." And I said, "All right." And he took it that day. And his first one he took. He said, "Look, I'm locked in." I said, "Look, I'm never here to lie to the people. Use promo code A2D, 20% off at bodycheckwellness.com. our poll question, the recent bench struggles are concerning for the Sixers. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, download. Join the conversation today. To the poll. I agree, even when Shake's here. I agree. They're concerning. They don't play a lick of defense with their second unit. All right? That's now a trend. They can't shoot the three with their second unit enough, even when Shake's in there. If you go look at the numbers, they're atrocious, okay? And they still have the record they have right now, right? So if you think about all that, so it's concerning in terms of, like, right in the moment, it's concerning because it's not, when Shake's in, yeah, you score better off your bench, but they still don't play enough defense. Yep. And that's fine if you score a lot. Like, if you got a whole second unit and 3 of the 5 guys are instant offense, then I don't care if you play defense because your first unit does. But when you can't play D, you can't shoot the 3, and you don't score enough, it's concerning. And I stand by it. I mean, I don't think this is going to be the same bench going into the postseason anyway. So it's concerning in the moment, but it's not concerning because there's going to be, there's going to be buyouts and different things like that. And there's going to be guys that hit the market that can at least score. There's going to be guys, I'm not saying all-stars, but there's going to be guys you can get, veterans, or there's going to be little trades you can do to upgrade either the 3-ball a little bit off your bench, right? Defensively off your bench, because the only person who plays D off your bench is Matisse. You know what I mean? Like, nobody else plays D because look at him. I mean, they're young guys. Maxi's young, so when he does come off, like, he's just too young, and he doesn't shoot the 3 enough yet consistently to really be there. And that's a part of being a puppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's got to work. So Shake's still young, but he's shown his growth now. Furkan's hit or miss. I mean, to me, I could use an upgrade. I don't hate him, but I could use an upgrade. Dwight's in foul trouble all the time. I mean, a guy gets caught on everything because he complains all the time, and I love Dwight. Right? And then what else? What else? I mean, Mike Scott, and he doesn't even want to shoot the 3. So, I mean, I don't know. I have concerns about this bench, and I don't have concern. Like, people say, oh, put Danny Green on the bench. No, because I like this starting 5. So, but my concern's in the moment, because I truthfully believe, though, and then you boys go, I truthfully believe that this isn't going to be the final product bench-wise for the Sixers. Like, I don't see a big shakeup coming in starting 5. I see a shakeup coming on this bench because now they have the numbers and the proof to say, okay, this right here, as constructed, is why you go 1-2 on a road trip to start out, right? Because I'll say another thing, you need a bench to win on the road. And when we were playing better on the road, obviously we had Shake in, but our bench helped us play well on the road. Yep. If you remember that, okay? They did. So I don't want to crush this bench because they have at times shown they can play, but the defensive numbers and the 3-ball are absolutely concerning for a second unit. That you got to give me one of the two. Then I need you to either be so palmsy it ain't even fair, or you got to stroke enough. So that's my concern. It's in the moment because I just truthfully believe there's going to be that deal out there. So you guys tell me, family out there, let us know the recent bench struggles are concerning for the Sixers. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree. And I agree that we miss Shake a lot because Shake brings a lot of scoring punch off the bench. He's our best bench player, obviously. Chance for six man of the year. But we need more. Tom, like you said, if Doc said it yesterday after the game, if you're not going to score off the bench, like as a unit, then you better play phenomenal defense. And if you're going to score a lot, then you can play okay defense. Right now, they're not scoring and they're not playing defense. So you can't do that. That you can't do. So, yeah, I mean, I think you have to look for an upgrade. I think that they're going to look for an upgrade. I'm not sure who's available currently, but I'm sure guys will be available. Everyone thought Houston guys were going to be available. Then Houston rattled off a bunch of wins because they got that fucking cancer off their team. Don't stop talking about James Harden to everyone out there, please. I don't want to hear about him. And so I'm sure there's going to be guys that you can get to either upgrade, like you said, some more scoring, pop off the bench, or some more defense off the bench. But obviously we miss Shake right now, and I'm not worried about this West Coast trip because there's a good chance we're going to lose tomorrow night. Utah is the best record in basketball playing at home. We've been on the road for a fucking week. So it's going to be tough to get that W. I'd love to see us get that W, but it's going to be a tough one to get. But I'm not worried about this road trip. I'm really not at all. I like this team. I like the way they're headed. but I do think we need more punch off the bench. So I would look to see them acquire one or two guys. And Mike Scott right now, I like the guy. I have nothing against Mike Scott personally. I like the guy. He has no right being on the roster currently. He needs to go. Sorry, you got to go. The Hive, see ya.
Careful.
I'm just telling you the truth. This is the truth.
He obviously doesn't look healthy. That's for sure.
This is the truth. The dude can't play right now. Okay, he doesn't shoot. He's not shooting, and he can't shoot. He can't hit shots when he shoots, and he plays no fucking defense.
I'm just not trying to
Everyone likes his tattoos. We're so happy. He can't play.
I just don't want you to get an EpiPen. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I feel like you're gonna get stung up by the Hive. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
That's fine. That's
Sting
fine.
away.
Sting away. Okay, I'm not allergic. Sting away. I'll crush bees with my hands. Sting away.
Stung 2 years ago, so I mean, it's nothing new. And then you had injuries in. I mean, maybe 3 years ago he was okay. You know, he was okay for a little run. You know, he was a fine guy to hit some threes off.
Hey, he hit shots when he first came here. That's why we liked him. We all liked him. He hit shots, but if you're not going to hit shots and you're not going to play defense, you can't play. That's just fact.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, and to the poll, I absolutely agree as well. I think even with Shake, there was some questions. Shake obviously allowed some of those questions to be overlooked, you know, and not brought up because he was able to make up for a lot of that. But you guys have said it. Doc said it. There's just not enough of one thing. You know what I mean? Regardless of what it is, whether it's the scoring or whether it's the defense, there's just not enough of either one. And, you know, like Corky, for example, Tom, you brought him up. When he's not hitting shots, it's almost like he's useless. You know what I mean? Like, he's supposed to be that guy off the bench that should be making shots. So when he's not, the lack of somebody else on that bench is even more glaring. You know, and Maxey has just become a guy because, hey, he's a rookie, right? That's what rookies do in this league that aren't generational talents. They go through walls. They go through ups and downs. They go in and out of the coach's doghouse, right? Where there's sometimes their coach, you know, not playing DNP, right? Like coach's decision. Like it's just that happens with young kids.
Absolutely,
so it's not a
Greg.
knock on them.
Absolutely.
But it's tough for him then to find a rhythm off the bench when he's potentially constantly, oh, I didn't play last game. I got 3 minutes this game. You know, so it's tough for him to find a rhythm. Yeah, I mean, they are concerning because you're seeing a lot now. Granted, the last couple were obviously without Shake, but you're seeing some like Ben log a couple minutes with the bench guys. Tobias log a couple extra minutes with the bench guys. Now those guys are logging other minutes when they shouldn't necessarily need to. And those few minutes add up down the end of the road when you need them great in the postseason.
Absolutely. Because listen, we talked about it. You don't win in the postseason without bench production. And you don't win in the postseason having to play guys more minutes than you want to.
Yeah.
You just won't. You can get away with that in the regular season. But the good teams, their benches come up big for them in that run. You know what I mean? You got to win a lot of playoff rounds to get to where you want to get to in the NBA. You know what I mean? You know, it's that one and get in. I mean, you got to win a bunch, just like in hockey. You got to win a bunch to get there. So you're getting it more from just your stars. You know, I've said that a million times. I mean, it's more than just – it's a star-driven league. Don't get me wrong. But, like, the good teams have good benches. Yeah. That's a factual. That's been factual forever. Forever, as long as basketball's been around. You know, the good teams have guys that come in and stroke off the bench, or they have a now I'm drawing blanks. Here we go. You know what I mean? But they have an identity. Sorry. They have an identity on what they are off their bench and what they are as a team. Now, you're starting five and your bench can have different identities. That's fine. That's fine. But there's got to be something where you can look at and say, you know what, this is how we can win off our bench. And that's where, I mean, look at it. I mean, the other night, Maxey, or the other day, yesterday afternoon, Maxey 6, Thibault 5, Cork 2, you know, Isaiah Joe with 2 minutes, he had 3, but don't even count that one. You know, Bradley don't even count. Dwight Howard 2, Scott had none. So, I mean, and your whole starting five in double figures.
And the key ones
less
in
than
that
20
are,
points off the bench. Sorry,
yeah,
less than 20 points off the bench. You're never going to win that way.
The key ones, though, are the Dwight Howard, the Corky, and the Matisse, right? Matisse is been playing more, but again, it's what we talked about this all season. There is nothing from the offensive end from him. And so as great as he is as a defender, if he's the only guy on the second team that's trying to score, then we're in trouble.
No, you're right. I mean, Furky kills you yesterday because not only you're 0 for 5, you're 0 from 3 from 3. So you just get no production there.
Yeah,
you get no production. And like you said, you're running Maxey probably 7 minutes more than you want to at this point. Where he's at, So it's just it's not good. It's not good enough bench wise. But all that being said, they've had games where they've helped us be a part of wins. So I don't want to be like overly critical of them. But I mean, with no Shake, you can just tell because you're losing double digits. You're losing double digits off your bench, and I think it makes everybody else a little better offensively too when he's out there. But I mean, you look at your starters, you got no issues with anything. You're getting 18 from Tobias, 10 from Danny, 35 from Joe, 18 from Ben, 10 from Seth. You know what I mean? Granted, I'm not crowning anybody. I'm just saying that's a starting 5. You got everybody in double digits. Teams that usually have everybody in double digits with a starting 5 usually win games. You know what I mean?
And to that point, those good teams, when those benches come in and those guys go down for that 4 or 5 minutes, in that early second quarter, late first, early second quarter, those second teams or those good teams usually can carry those guys to where they're stress-free minutes on the bench and they can decompress and then get back rolling for the end of that second quarter, right? And the same thing for the fourth quarter. It's now with this current group, even when Shake's there, you have a Tobias out there, you have a Ben out there as well, trying to facilitate and help, what score on this second unit because they can't.
No, yeah. Who's running Maxey, no disrespect to Tyrese. I love Maxey. But I mean, being so young, I just don't trust you running the point.
Yeah, you can't count on him for much. And I know everyone loved Tyrese early and everyone was, oh, he's so good. It's this, like Greg said, this is what happens with rookies, okay? Young guys, they've never played this kind of basketball in their life, okay? It's much more physical than they've ever played. There's 3-4 games a week. They play 2 a week in college. They're not used to this. So there's a lot of ups and downs with rookies, okay? So there's peaks and valleys. So right now he's in a bit of a valley. He'll probably hit another peak at some point, but he's probably going to hit another valley after that. So you can't really count on too much from Maxey for the remainder of the season. I would say, like, he's going to give you some games where he does stuff. He's going to give you some games where he does nothing. And that's just how it's going to be because he's a rookie.
Yeah, and that's how Shake was, and that's how a lot of other young guys were. I mean, Shake's a perfect example of that. Mm-hmm. I mean, Shake rookie or Shake now, he's grown. The game slows down for you, and Maxey's a worker. So I believe Maxey's going to be a hit of a pick, right? But right now, they expect more from him at pick 21, and you come out to your freshman year, right? So what are you expecting? You know what I mean? That's hard to do. I mean, guys come out freshman year, that are in the lottery or a top 3 pick, sure. You expect
the grind and how strong everyone is just totally different than anything they're used to. You know what I mean? That's what everyone talks about when they get to the league. It's like, man, I gotta get stronger. Everyone's so tough. Yep. They bully me around. And I'm sure he's feeling some of that.
What's up, Cole? Thanks for chiming in, bud.
Yeah, brother. Thanks. Murph says the game they've won on
what up, Murph?
On the road trip, the bench scored. The 2 they lost, they haven't scored. Yeah, yep. That's simple.
Yeah. And you look at both of those games. Sorry, Wells. You look at both of those games. Portland was so close. You get anything out of that bench, we win. Anything.
Yeah, Portland got so hot too.
I feel like when Melo got so hot, not necessarily Portland.
Yeah, well, yeah, Melo was on fire. Hoodie Melo.
And even last night, and even yesterday, it was that bench group that couldn't sustain the lead. They kept going down, and then the bench has to come back, or the starters have to come back and get back into the game, and you can't overcome that as easily on the road.
Especially against a good team.
Absolutely.
Phoenix is a good team. Utah, we're about to play, very good team. Best record in the league, obviously. They're playing great ball. What's good is their 2 best players, because Conley's out, so their 2 best players will match up against our 2 best players. So that's a good thing, because you got Gobert versus Embiid, and you got Mitchell versus Ben. So at least that's good. We got that going for us, because if Ben can shut down Mitchell and JoJo can dominate Gobert, which is tough to do, but if he can, we can win that game.
Now, you're not this road trip isn't like you said, Wells. If you go 1-3, you're not like
I'm not worried about it.
No, I just like to set
I'd
goals.
love to see him win this game tomorrow, though.
Yeah.
That would be huge.
Big fan of setting goals. Big fan of setting goals. Of trying to be 500. On this kind of road trip where you have some teams that have talent. You're playing some good basketball teams.
And that's the thing. Like yesterday, I watched the game on NBA TV down here, right? And unfortunately, I had the Phoenix broadcast. But what was interesting about it is they kind of talked about what you just brought up, Tommy, is although our starting five was 13-0 before this road trip, now they're 13-2. The national, or at least from the Phoenix side, is they didn't really play anybody, right? The schedule was what it was, so they were playing who was in front of them. But you noticed that, and it was true, like the schedule was a little easier in the beginning, and they had to get out to that jump, right? That's what good teams do.
Oh, you talking about Phoenix?
No.
They play NBA teams, Phoenix guys. So relax.
No,
that's
completely.
what I would tell them. We're playing NBA teams. So.
No, absolutely. But we played Portland, who's better. Phoenix is better, and I'm not saying they're better than anybody we haven't already played. But now you're out on the road, right? So, but it's just interesting from like the national, from another side, kind of what they were talking about with our squad.
I also tell them we couldn't win a game on the road anywhere last year. So shut the fuck up.
What are you talking about? We didn't play nobody. What are they talking about? We didn't play nobody. You play who you play in the NBA. We're gonna
absolutely. Thank you, Tom. Absolutely.
Never in the NBA.
I'm with you.
No, I know you are. Like, but
Yeah.
did the PA guy? Did he announce the commentary or whatever? Like in the NBA, never in the history was your schedule graded. Right? Like in the NFL, you can grade somebody's schedule out. Like, oh, they didn't play nobody. Hey, look at them. 4 games in, haven't played nobody. Like in the NBA and NHL, that's never been done. Like, there's so many fucking games in baseball. You're not like, well, their strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Like, what? No.
You know why? Because you play everybody.
Yes.
Maybe not this year since it's shortened. We might not play everybody, but we play everybody. So you'll play every team.
That's like hysterical. Like, no, you got it first time watching. Like, I didn't even, like when everybody's panicking, the Sixers lost last night again. Yesterday, everybody's panicking. It's like, dude, you guys watch NBA games? Like,
yeah, dude.
You think they're going 72-0?
The middle of the NBA regular season, I could fucking care less. I know everyone wants to talk about it. I'll talk about it. I don't care. I'm more locked into college at this point because I just don't care. I just want to see him show effort. Like, Tom, tomorrow, if they lose a tight game, I'm not going to be upset. But I feel like they're going to come out and play well tomorrow, so they're going to have a shot to win. But if they come out and play well tomorrow and battle, that's all I care about. I don't need to see anything in February right now.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think the end of yesterday's game kind of signaled that. Like, I mean, they were only down 10 still, like a minute and a half. Not normally a chance where you kind of pull your starters. But, or I guess it was 2 minutes. But Doc's like, all right, let's go. Let's start looking forward to tomorrow, right? And I know it's only 2 minutes of NBA time, but that kind of signaled to me to like, all right, we're gonna really try and come out tomorrow and get a win.
Yeah. Well, they were trying to win. They were trying to win yesterday too.
No, they were.
He
got nothing from the bench.
He got nothing. I mean, he played his starters a lot of minutes yesterday. Yep. So, knowing that they were on a back-to-back too, so you can pull that off too. Knowing you're not on a back-to-back, you can go a little harder at it. If they were playing again today, I don't know if they're coming back in when they're down 10.
Yeah,
like they're playing for that long stretch, like they did, like in the fourth, where it's like, okay, it's still over, but they're still in. Like, you know what I mean? They were still trying to get that up, but listen, there was some, there's some home court calls that get called down the stretch too, and that's part of why teams are better at home, right? And why you got to overcome on the road, and you need bench scoring and other things to overcome playing in hostile environments. They had a few fans yesterday too, so you got to factor them kind of things into the conversation. And you're playing a damn good Phoenix team, and the 2 nights before that, you're playing a really good Portland team when Lillard's on the court. You know what I mean? And they're not as good as they are without McCollum and the big Nurkic. Yeah, so they're not as good. But I mean, anytime Dame Lillard's on the court, you're going against a team that has a chance to win. So I mean, this is the NBA. It's the NBA. So listen.
I mean, they have a much better bench than us. That was evident.
Now, do we have any? When did they plan? What was Shake? I apologize, I've been a little gone here. But where's Shake?
No apologies necessary.
Where's Shake's injury? How long? Is there a timetable on this? What was the ankle? Right? I think it was the ankle, but I don't remember how long they said.
I don't think he should be out too much longer. Hopefully, when we get back
he's
back
out.
home. Right?
Yeah, he's out for. He was out obviously for yesterday.
And
I'm looking it up
tomorrow.
right now.
He's out for tomorrow. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's out for tomorrow. But I'm thinking when he comes back, well, Doc says he missed the rest of the road trip, which is not shocking.
So that's what I thought. So maybe when we come back home, was that Wednesday?
Yeah, and the ankle, right? Ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because first off, you play on it, then you fly out, it swells up again, all right, and then it's a longer wait. So you just sit on it, try to get as much rest to get the swelling down before you hop on a flight, and the altitude fucks you up. So,
I would. Yeah, next Wednesday's game versus the Rockets seems to be a logical destination because they said he was on the game. He was on the floor pregame taking shots yesterday. Obviously, didn't play, but he was at least getting shots up. So he's probably. It seems like he's kind of okay, to miss the road trip, but be ready to go for Wednesday.
Awesome. All right, no worries. This is where you need other guys to step up because we got Jazz, right? We got Jazz. So I mean,
Jazz, yeah.
You got Donovan Mitchell and Rudy. I mean, I don't love the Jazz. I know they're playing extremely well. I'm not Mr. Jazzed up like a lot of people. I need to see more, but this is still a big test.
They got some guys playing above their head currently. I know Conley's out, but George's Niang's been playing well. Who doesn't
Cyclone?
Yeah. What's it called? The Duke kid that no one likes has been playing well. Actually, been hitting
Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen. So,
I thought he was on Memphis.
Oh, I think he's on Utah. Unless I'm getting them confused. No, I think it's Grayson Allen.
Are you getting Joe Ingles?
No, I love Joe Ingles. I'm a big Joe Ingles guy. I think Grayson Allen's on Utah, man. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Who knows? I haven't watched a whole lot of NBA this year. But I'm pretty sure Grayson Allen's playing because Conley's not. Unless I'm wrong. Who knows? I might be wrong.
Joe Ingles, you were right. He is on. No, current team, Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, okay, I'm wrong then. Memphis. So Joe Ingles, though, is a guy I like a lot, though. He makes a lot of things happen. Australian guy.
Yeah, he does. He does make a lot of things happen. No, you're right. I've always liked Joe English. Or not English, but
yeah. He's got a weird last name. How do you say it? Who knows how you say it?
Yeah, it's like English.
Yeah, Ingles, Joe, Australian.
Pronounced English, Joe.
They got Jordan Clarkson, though, who's playing really well.
Clarkson, that's the guy I'm thinking of that plays well. He's been scoring a lot of points for them, Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jesse.
Former Laker.
They got Bojan Bogdanovic as well.
He's a good
Derek
player.
Favors.
Yep. Favors hasn't been seeing that much time for them, I feel like.
Keenan says Shake is good, but I don't think he can be the sixth man on a championship team. Need to make a move for bench for a deadline. I think they will make a move on the bench for a deadline. I think everybody believes that. But I don't know if he's not good enough to be a sixth man on a championship team if the rest of your bench is better.
Yeah, the way he's been scoring, I think he absolutely could be. But I think you're right, though, Keenan. I think they are going to make a move for at least maybe even two new guys off the bench.
Yeah, like if you had two other scorers off your bench, he's not good enough. Even like maybe not, just better than what you have. It's better than what you have. You can't, all you need is a little bit more production from the three ball off your bench. That's it. It's really all you're missing. You need like one or two guys that can shoot it enough. And I think you're in way better shape.
And not to mention, this time last year, we were trying to figure out what Shake Milton was, right? His rookie year, not necessarily his rookie year, but his first year actually getting some play last year. And then now he's grown that much more into this year. So while maybe this year, I might agree with that. He's not, good enough for that. But who's to say in a year or 2 years, he's not, that bench guy that leading the bench in scoring, right? Not that he isn't already now, but he's shown so much growth already in his career. What's to say that's going to stop?
Just remember, I'm not saying the reason we lost 2 games is because of no Shake. And I'm not saying it isn't. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is remember our record when everybody's playing. So as much as we, say it's concerning, the bench, blah, 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 we're a pretty good basketball team, obviously. Pretty good when everybody's playing. So, and listen, guys are going to get hurt, and that's why you want some more depth or you want guys to step up. But, I mean, listen, yesterday's a game that kind of happens too, right? I mean, they caught fire. Booker caught fire, all right, and that's why other guys get paid to play too. And you run into these kinds of things in the NBA, and people are like, "Oh, well, now Ben stinks offensively." No, dude, Devin Booker's pretty good. All right, he's pretty good. Some guys are going to get theirs in the NBA, and not just get theirs. Like some guys are going to get unconscious, no matter who's covering them. All right, yeah. But it doesn't take away from like if you over a 7-game series per se, that defense would show. And would show up just like it did against Dame, right? I mean, it's dog Dame on that final possession.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't want to hear that because of one night a guy goes off on him. Like that's going to happen.
And
it happens to everybody.
And it's okay to play good defense and still get scored upon. Like you said, Devin Booker's really good. So it's okay for Ben to play as great a defense as he can, and he did a lot of times yesterday. And then Devin still scored a basketball.
Yeah, guys make tough shots in this league. Hey, this is how you win this league, though. You make tough shots. Make big shots, tough shots.
Ray, we talked about this a few minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, but he said, now we have people saying our schedule is the easiest in the NBA. We're proving them right so far with this West Coast trip. Ray, we're not proving nobody right because there's no such fucking thing in the NBA. Not to you, to the people. There's no such thing as this little game that people want to play for their agendas in NBA basketball ever, or NHL. Toughest schedule. How many games have we played? How many fucking games have we played? Like, have we played 5?
25 maybe?
Thank you.
Know.
Well, hold on. I want an exact number because I
don't even know.
We're 18-9.
27?
27?
27 games.
Fucking ball.
27 games. Okay?
I'm going to guess we played about 20 teams in them 27 games. So come on, guys. Like, what the fuck?
There's no such thing once you're at that kind of sample size now of easiest schedule. Like, it's not a 162 or either where, like, oh, you want to break down the first half. Easiest schedule. Like, the first, like, a little quarters of the piece. Like, no. Like, this is now 72 games. So your schedule is even, like.
We're more than a third through. Basically.
Yeah, so it is what it is. Like everybody's played everybody almost. Like you know what I mean? Everybody's played the same people per se. So I mean, how's it not easy?
We beat the Lakers. They stink.
Yeah,
they're bad. They're bad. Like
because what we haven't played the Bucks yet? Is that why? Like why?
The Bucks haven't even been playing good. You guys have been watching the Bucks. They're on the West Coast right now, losing games too.
We beat Boston back to back. Reason they have 12 losses, 3 of them came from us. So I mean. I believe 3 of them, or at least 2 of them came from us.
2.
Okay, so 2 came from us. All right, we beat Indiana. I mean, look at it. We beat the Nets. Okay, the only team we haven't played is Milwaukee. We beat the Knicks. We beat Charlotte. We beat Toronto. I mean,
we beat Indiana without Joe.
I'm just showing everybody who the teams are in the Eastern fucking Conference. So now you're gonna get for your agenda. Well, you know what? Joe Embiid's great and everything. So we're trying to already set the agenda up for it not to give him the MVP for some fucking reason. I guess I feel it all. I feel it all from the national idiots when it comes to stuff like this. Easiest schedule in the NBA. What are we talking about? It's not even a thing. All right. Sorry. I didn't want to do that again.
No, you're right though. It's not a thing. It doesn't exist. Not a thing.
It's Philly hate, Ray. He says, good point. The media doesn't want to give us respect. They never do in Philly. It's like you almost have to cut the nets down for people to be like,
oh, I guess they were pretty good.
They're pretty good. Imagine if we would have won in the bubble. There's no shot of that happening. But if we would have won in the bubble, oh my God. It would have been like, well, did they really deserve that? I mean, we would have been here.
We're thinking we're going to put an asterisk next to it.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Put an asterisk next to it.
We'll make sure that everyone knows that was a bubble championship. Doesn't really count. Fucking assholes.
Robert says, with Paul at point and Devin playing 2 or 3, and with these events, Suns are tough. No, they're really tough.
Suns are very tough. Listen, Chris Paul just brings that winner veteran mentality. It's what he does. He's always hit big shots down the stretch. Now, usually he gets hurt in the playoffs and then the team doesn't go far. But he's, during the regular season, always been a winner. Everywhere he goes, team gets better. Oklahoma City last year, better. Houston before, better. Like, wherever he goes, they get better. Suns, better. That's just what happens. I like DeAndre Ayton. I like the Suns.
I noticed watching the game last night, he might walk more than James Harden to get open shots.
CP3, I mean, he's a veteran. He gets away with shit. You know what I'm saying, Greg?
You ever heard CP3 like mic'd up, or just picked up? Like
No, not that I remember.
Oh yeah,
He talks the whole game.
Yeah. Yep.
He's a leader.
He talks the whole game, and he, like Will said, once you gain the respect from officials in a way, he'll get all over officials all game too.
Oh yeah, all game.
You know what I mean? And you're play. You can play at a high level. You start getting away with things that other people don't.
It's that back hop. He does the same thing that Harden does, where they back hop with both feet. It's like that's a walk in any game of basketball that's ever been played. That's a travel. They just don't call it in the NBA on them for some reason.
Never. What was I going to say about
his jump shots always look so weird, but he buries it when he needs to, man.
He's a mid-range junkie, and I kind of like it. You know what I mean? I like that the mid-range hasn't gone, at least in some games or some guys' game. You know what I mean?
Cole says we got swept last year in the first round. I think we're the same team. I don't think we're the same team. I mean, Joel Embiid wasn't.
I think he might be saying they think we're the same team, like the media. But no, but yeah, regardless, Cole, you're right, and we're not. Obviously, Ben was hurt, not playing. Like we have a different coach. I don't believe any of that really. Nonsense.
Our best player is averaging over 30 a game. I mean, none of them things were factual last year, and as sure as hell weren't factual through 27 games. Okay, was not. The national media was not factual. Okay, team didn't have an identity. They were inconsistent. Okay, they you didn't know who the go-to guy was, right? They played out of whack, out of sorts a little bit. All right, and you didn't have Ben. So yeah, I mean, they're not even close to me being the same team they were last year. And I'm not saying that with like a homer hat on. Sorry, he's averaging 29.6 a game. I don't want to people say, man,
we round up. That's a 30 spot.
Round up, but like I mean, I don't want to hear that. I mean, we're absolutely a different team and a better team, right? You had Seth, you had Danny. Yeah, Dwight, you're a different team right there than you were last year. Right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, they're already different and they're already better, but we didn't get this play from Joel Embiid like this.
No.
Like, Joel Embiid's always been special to us. But like this kind of play is what we waited for. And this play,
I mean, he's faded at times. We know this. He's relying on his jumper too much at times. This year, he's determined, motivated. He's inside. Even when he takes jumpers, he takes the ones that he hits at like an 80% clip, which is from about 15 feet away. So that's what we want him taking. Mm-hmm. And it's perfect. And they got that one play. They ran that one play like 3 times yesterday. And they run it a lot now where Ben will kick it to the side and then Ben will kind of almost shield the defender and let Joe get a wide open 15-footer. It's just there. It's there for the taking all the time. And he's hitting a ton of them. So I just keep it going, man. Just keep it going.
And not to mention – throughout the last week or so, we're seeing a different Ben Simmons right now as well.
2 weeks, I'd say. Ben's just playing great ball.
I mean, he's who again? We've all said this a bazillion times. Who cares about the jump shot when you can attack and be aggressive the way he has? And even yesterday, he was taking a couple of those fadeaways, at the end of the shot clock, off the block and in the middle. And I know he missed them, but like that's growth to me. You know what I mean? That's growth. That's a time where, and there's still plays where he'll stop right in the middle and look to dish. But there was a stat the other day I think they threw up on one of the games we were watching, and Ben Simmons leads the league in assists for 3-pointers. Not just assists for 3-pointers.
Well, he
leads the league.
For guys. Yeah.
And I mean, he's playing like a different animal right now.
Not elite. Hashtag.
Listen, I don't want to get the pom-poms out again for 3 straight weeks, but be aggressive. Be aggressive. That's all we want out of Ben. Just be aggressive. And I seen Tori's little comment. Clever. What's up, Tor?
My favorite
clever. I don't have to watch regular season NBA. I know what's going on.
CP3, another coach. Yeah.
I mean, that's facts.
See, Cole, I was expecting us to be playing this type of ball early. And I know what you're saying because of new coach and everything like that. But like I just expected Joe's game to go up and continue to get better because you turn 26 now, you're in prime years, right? And this is where guys, 26 to 32 has always been like the years essentially where guys are the best they're going to be. You know what I mean? And I even think that shelf life lasts longer, especially as just time continues to go on and medicines evolutionized in yoga and other bullshit, right? So just the little things that guys do to be able to keep their bodies playing for freaking ever. I don't know, but whatever. We see it. I mean, so I'm not saying he can't be special though he's 35. I don't know. I don't got a crystal ball, but 26 to 32 is usually them years, right? And sometimes people say 28 to 32. Okay, but 26 to me to shoot the stars is when they really say, "Hi, hey, you guys here? You guys know he's put it together." Okay, he's put his whole game together, and he wants it, right? And he's matured. And part of maturing is holding yourself accountable and being accountable for a lot of things. And the other part of it is that didn't happen to Carson Wentz, or at least what we saw when he played was, hey, you know, Joe said he wants to be great for his kid. So whatever locks you in, he fought tigers, Wells, and lions. All right. So
I didn't understand why you brought Carson Wentz into it.
Because he didn't play well.
But keep going.
He didn't play well. He didn't play well after. He didn't play well after the birth, Carson. He played like shit after the birth. I was trying to take a little.
Number one fan. Tom just threw some dirt on him right there. I don't know if anybody saw a little dirt come in right there.
He's trying to deflect the narrative.
I don't want to hear.
I like it though. Keep going.
No pom-poms. No pom-poms for, Carson right now. No pom-poms for Carson. Put him away. But no, like, whatever motivates you, I don't give a shit. Like, it was Twitter. It was Twitter for him. It used to be, let me take a million shots at people, and then last year they said, enough of this. And I didn't like that. They muted him. You know what I mean? It was a communist Sixers country. Okay? And they muted him, and it took away some of his edge, I felt like, after the Towns. Like, he didn't have the same edge. Okay? Whatever motivates him, you can see it. And he's always been in shape. And people are like, oh, he's not in shape. Like, but as you get older, you start realizing, like, okay, I have to get in better shape than I was, right? I gotta eat better. I gotta do, you know what I mean? Because you want to be great. So whatever motivates him nightly, if it is wanting his son to see him be great, or just maturing, right? And realizing, like, I want to be great. I have all the tools to be great. If it's Doc walking in the door, and accountability being in the house, if it's Dwight, if it's veterans, if it's finally everybody saying, hey, you know what? Everybody wanted this guy here, and this guy here, and this guy here, this guy here. But finally it's officially your fucking team.
Just growing up, I think, too, Just
so whatever the factors are.
Just growing up.
Whatever
he's probably not eating as much junk as he did before. He's just growing up. He's being a man. Like, it's what comes with it. And I totally agree with you, Tom. 26-32. That's usually the spot. That's just usually when you dominate. So let's get after it.
Absolutely.
I'm a man.
little Mike Gundy, never heard.
Oh, Mike Gundy.
No, never heard. Rose says only folks who say Ben hasn't improved have been watching box scores and not actual games. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. And there's been proven videos of me being critical of Ben Simmons. So I'm not here to pom-pom him. I love him, but I'm not here to pom-pom. Just like people say I pom-pom Carson. I'm not here to pom-pom Carson either, or any player in the city. And I'm not here to pom-pom you. There's only one pom-pom guy I get out for, truthfully. There's only one pom-pom in this city that my pom-poms don't stop. I think everybody should know who that is.
JoJo?
Yeah.
You just talked about him.
Yeah. I would it's like it might be your first all pom-pom guy since Howard.
Yeah.
RH, you were a big all pom-pom guy.
Yeah. So when I'm really pom-pomming, really, like, I've had some guys.
I had some pom-poms.
We've all had guys we like. Pom-poms and liking are different things. Like, I was a pom-pommer maybe a little bit for Carson before this, but I still support him. I still think he's better. You know what I mean? In that conversation, I still want him to be here, but I'm not going to be like, I can't defend you and scream from the mountains and expect people to hear me that, well, is this one? No, I can't. You got to come back and prove it now. But Joe, outside of getting her ever, as long as he's on the court, he was a point a minute guy from day one. From the second he stepped on the court, if he played 18, he scored 18. If he played 22, he scored 22. It was literally like soon, no matter what, when he was on the minute restrictions and all this stuff. But the reason I pom-pom even more for him is because if you think about, there's a video of Orlando Magic fans cheering that they didn't get Joel Embiid in that draft. All right, they
wanted Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, there's other guys in that draft winless for Wiggins. Like,
Couple dunk contests.
We walked out not only with the best player in that draft, the best big man since that. Oh my goodness, the best big man since Timmy retired. Honestly, because I'm trying to think of somebody else since Timmy retired.
Anthony Davis is decent, but I hear you.
True. I always think of him like a 4, though. I'm just but you're right. You're right. I mean, he's considered a big man, but I always he's so athletic that I forget. You know,
I kind of don't count him. He's like a unicorn, like him and Giannis. They don't count. They don't count. We don't count them. We don't count them.
They're special too. But yeah, but even Giannis is like more like a 4, right? It's essentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Both of them are more 4 pieces.
They're both probably as tall as JoJo, but we'll count them as 4s.
But they don't have the, you know what I mean? They don't have the neck.
I think I mean, Anthony Davis is a hell of a defender too, and he's a big guy. But I would say Joe is probably better in the paint than both. Maybe their games might be a little more evolved outside of the paint. But I think Joe's better in the paint than both of them.
Yeah, he is. The only other guy who plays well in the paint like him is Jokic. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Who really like has that paint presence of like old school center. Like
Jokic's a monster too. I forgot to mention him.
Yeah, Jokic's pretty good.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah, I think he's gonna make it.
Yeah, he's not bad.
But Joe's mid-level game this is the crazy thing. Like Joe's mid-level game is like Tim Duncan, where it's like you don't miss from the mid game, right?
Yeah.
Elbow, it's like Timmy. Okay, good. His back to the basket, his power. Let's go one of his power is like Shaq. Really. He's got that kind of power to the posterize you, right? His footwork is like Akeem. I mean, he literally. I hate to do this with players, but I'll do it with guys that are going to win a fucking MVP. I'll do it with, okay? And it's proven to get better and better and better, right? I'll do it with. He has all that. This is why Doc came here. He couldn't run to this job quicker. I said this when he came here. He was talking about sitting out of here. When this phone call rang to come here, how do you hang up on that? I got to coach who? Joe and Ben? Yeah, I'm there. Daryl Morey. Oh yeah, Daryl Morey. I need a year off. Houston, I'm out. I need a year off. Whatever. Okay. Oh, Sixers called me too. I'll be right there. First flight in. Right? No, we don't need a year off because if I got a chance to,
can I get a flight to Philly, please?
Seriously, I got to hitch my wagon to these two. Right, I got to hitch my wagon to these two as a coach or an exec. Hell yeah,
yeah.
And Joe is proven, and both of them are proven this year. The way they both played is right decisions. And when you bring basketball people in, look at this bench. There's so many good basketball guys here that like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You absolutely can. And Joe's not an old dog, but the fact that he's 26, you can still grow that. You know what I mean? It's not like growth is over. Like, if this would have went another 3 years with Brett Brown, then you say, okay, growth is over. A guy is who he is. You know what I mean? But now the accountability and the trust is there from not only executives, right, but the whole staff, right? And then you got the veterans that have won. So there's so much here that you can factor in for young players' growth as well, right? The confidence to know what it takes. Like, I know everything's been short sample size and not your usual off season and all that stuff. Listen, winning. When winners walk into a locker room, it changes shit. We just saw it in Tampa, and I'm not comparing that. We saw it here in 2017 for the Philadelphia Eagles, too, if I'm not mistaken, okay? Because there was a couple winners that walked in the fucking locker room that year, and all of a sudden, our culture changed real quick with Chris Long, okay, and LeGarrette Blount. 2 guys that won. 2 guys that knew what it take to win on both sides of the football, that they walk in the room and they're alpha males, and guys listen to alpha males. At that level, right? 2 alpha males walked in the room. LeGarrette will square you up. So it's 2 alphas. The other guy's daddy.
Boise State.
Other guy's daddy's one of the best DNs ever do it. So, you know what I mean? A lot of pedigree in the Long family. So them guys walk in the room as winners too. You listen, right? Danny Green's won 3 different places. He walks into a room, you're going to listen to him, even if you don't like him. You don't got to even like the guy. You're going to listen. Dwight Howard just won, right? Seth Curry is a basketball family. So you're going to listen to these guys. Sam Cassell, you're not going to listen to Sammy? You're not going to listen to Doc? Come on. I mean, to me, that everybody, you know, Mr. Richardson wanted accountability here. Well, accountability walked in the fucking door. And the players, credit to them. Credit to these players right now, early on, 27 games in. Because they've answered it. They've answered the call of what we wanted to see. They answered it. And Joel to another level, maybe you could say. Okay? Maybe. They've answered it. I love it. I love it here. I hate it when it comes to the Eagles. Like I say, I hate it here. With the Sixers, I love it here. I can stay all year. I mean, I can stay forever. I mean,
No,
it makes
you're
a nice
absolutely
little, nice little bed for me.
Water's warm.
I can stay forever.
And going back kind of to our poll question and kind of what we were all talking about earlier is they're now a destination because of all this for those guys in the buyout market, where in the past we've sat there and we're like, oh, let's go get this guy off the buyout market, this guy. Well, in reality, we weren't a destination. Mm-hmm. We were a destination for the Marco Bellinellis or the Ersan Ilyasovas, right? We weren't a destination for those high-level guys that are trying to hitch their wagon.
A little Marco Bellinelli.
No, I loved it, but he was a lower-level guy.
No, I like him off my bench. You know what I mean? But
I love me a little Belly.
Cole says the logic.
Italian assassin. Belly.
The logic, we are seeing young Ben Simmons, not prime Ben Simmons. Yes. That's my logic with Ben, too. I'm not defending
Ben's 24. I mean, yeah.
23.
But 24, I think. But, yeah, probably.
You don't watch basketball enough. He's 23.
No, he's 24. He turned 24 in July. I know he is for a fact.
Oh, you got birth dates? My bad.
I saw it earlier today. It's how I know for a fact. Yeah.
I'm arguing with the wrong guy right now. I thought I had you in a corner. I thought I had a baby in a corner, and then here you come.
I actually thought he was still 20. I thought he was still 23 myself. So, but yeah, 24. But I mean, look, Ben's still pup. We always say that. I know. We expect a whole lot from Ben, and I expect a lot from Ben. But Ben is still a pup. You know, I'm sure that. I can't say I'm sure because I've been saying it for years, but I'm assuming the shooting will get better and will come more frequently. But we just want him to be aggressive. That's all. That's all we want. Be aggressive. He's been playing great for 2 weeks. Just keep it up. Play defense and be aggressive. We'll get the pom-poms out. Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
My favorite
Can you
time
go into the spelling portion of that cheer?
My favorite time of the week.
You got your B. You got your B.
Yes.
End the stream. End it right there.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I can't even go to the E. I can't even answer it. The B was enough. The B was enough. Everything we wanted. Guys,
I think I broke Greg on that one. I broke Greg. He's broken.
Woo, guy missed his calling. Boy, you go back in time. Well, you've been a great leader. It's not frowned upon nowadays in 2021.
Oh, stop it. Stop it right now. I didn't remember where you were going. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
2002, that would have been okay.
Cut it out. Little Joey Gladstone there.
I'm Uncle Joe.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
I digress.
You would have been able to listen. You've been great.
Male cheerleader, huh? All right.
You've been a good old one-hander.
Oh my God, I can't breathe. All right, we're back. Yeah, Tor, it's the first one. My first one back. First one back. Let's go. No Cam. He's not allowed in this. He's not allowed in this area. Yeah. Anyway, to get a little older to get in.
Yeah. He's not there yet.
Yeah, he's not there yet.
You got to go up for that.
A little older to get into this cave. Man, we talk about that off air.
Give it a year, he'll be running a pack of smokes out to Tommy during the show. All right, give it a year.
Cass, I need some Lelands.
Jesus God, that's bad. Hey,
at least I say he's running in a year. I mean, that's progress. That's progress. That's progress.
True. What's up, Derek?
What up, Derek?
What up, Dave?
Right, let's talk Little Phil's.
Len is inside screaming, "No, he's not!"
Well, I had one deal with her. I said, I'm gonna go do a show, but you got to turn it on for him. He's got to listen to the show. You know what I mean? Like, you think Patrick Surtain didn't have his kid going as quick as he could? Backpedaling through cones. Absolutely did. So, second, that's a sponge, babe. Let the sponge soak it in, absorb common sense when it comes to sports, because we can't have that. So, I mean, the little things. Yeah. It's the little things.
It's the little things.
All right, Phil's. So they just brought in another reliever this week too from
Ryan Kinsler.
Yeah.
Chase Anderson's a guy that's got some stuff done in the past.
And Chase Anderson as well. Kinsler is on a minor league deal, but it's pretty incentive laden.
Hector Rondon too, right?
Did they bring in Rondon as well?
Yeah, I think so.
They definitely brought in some guys. The guy they brought in last year had what? I mean, this year had like what, 17, 18 saves last year?
Yeah.
Boys with Harper.
Yeah, that's Kinsler.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's boys with Harp. So Harp made a big push. I was reading Harp made a big push for him. They both live in Vegas, and he said, "Dude, we need you. We need pretty much said without saying like everything. We said, hey, we need guys who can get outs."
And Brandon Kinsler. Sorry, Brandon
Kinsler. Yeah. Used to be on Washington. It's probably one of our boys.
Yep.
So listen, I'll take the Harper endorse. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I like that guy. Hey,
specialist.
It's a guy that can get outs. What are we even saying? We got a guy that can get outs. And Chase Anderson's gotten outs in this league, and Rondon's gotten outs in this league. And we know we like Archie Bradley. So it's definitely looking way better.
And Hector Neris has gotten outs in this league.
Yeah, and Sir Anthony's healthy. So will we get something from him? Who knows?
You know, we have arms now. Like unlike last year, now we have arms going in the spring. We felt like we did that a little bit last year because they had some like minor league deals with vets that they just never did anything with, which was weird.
Yeah, they didn't make a team, so
they're not going to do that this year. Like they're going to go in like almost some of these vets. They're not going to give a rat's ass how they throw as long as their ball's moving around in during the spring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they know that hey, you know we're not playing this game again. There, you know, you can't make the same mistake twice. There's not going to be a bullpen of unknown names that we never fucking heard of like last year. Last year's list is like, what is it? Is this your double A? What is this? Am I reading the wrong list of names? Is this who didn't make it? Is this who didn't make it or who made it? Like, I don't know. Because somebody answered me that question and it was answered.
And we kind of thought
it was an answer.
Yeah, and we kind of thought that like the bench as well when you look at the guys like Logan Forsythe and some of the other guys that we had in camp. But I think especially last year they were so unwilling to put these guys in roles because of the unknown of what the season was going to be that we lost. I think with the bullpen this year, I think you're able to sit there and kind of give these guys some roles and something to look forward to going into the year so they can kind of make their own decision on whether they think they can play in the city. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I don't think, and the other point too, Greg, is I think that, you know, same thing with Darryl Morrow we talked about and other things, like Dave Dombrowski's not here to lose. So, you know, if they feel
he builds winners, is what he does.
They're going to go out and make moves before a deadline if they need more arms. They're not going to sit around. They know their window to wins now. You don't go give J&T over $100 million. You don't go give Bryce as much money as you did. You know, you don't bring Didi back. You know, you don't do them things if you don't think you're in win now mode and can be. Even though you're in a tough division. I get all that. The NL's tough, period. But guess what? I mean, this lineup can hit. We proved that. So can you get some fucking outs, right? And can you get enough?
I mean, you just said it all. You said it all, Tom. You said it all. It's all about outs. It's all about finding outs. We couldn't get outs last year, and it killed us. And you got to find outs because we're going to hit the baseball. Now, obviously, we're going to have games where we don't hit as much because it's fucking MLB. It happens to everybody. But our lineup as constructed is going to hit the baseball. They're going to score runs. Can we get outs? And I like the bullpen. I liked it a lot better than I liked last year's bullpen, obviously. And I still think I want another starter. I want to bring in another starter.
Yeah.
But I don't hate our starting pitching either. So let's go. Let's go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to gear up.
I think the Rondon you were referring to is Leonardo, a second baseman they just signed. Not Hector.
Oh, really? All right. Oh, I saw Rondon. I got happy. I mean, I know he hasn't been good in a couple of years, but he's got outs before.
Leonardo.
Who the fuck is Leonardo Rondon? Is that his younger brother?
It might be. Hector Rondon is still with the Astros.
Okay, yeah. Well, fuck. That's upsetting.
Yeah, no, because I went back to look at the transaction because I missed it too, and I'm like, I would have gotten jacked up for Hector Rondon.
I just saw Rondon. I just put it together. Like, oh, Hector, yeah, bring him in.
I need more than 87 wins from this baseball team. I need this team to be in the 90s easy. If this team's in the 90s, it's a failure. It's a fucking failure. I don't care what anybody says. I do not care what anybody says.
I want to make the playoffs.
This team needs to be 90 plus. 90 plus.
I think we can win 92 games. I think we can win 92 games.
You have two horses at the top of your rotations too. At the top of your rotation too. I don't hear any fucking excuses. Get enough starting pitching. Get you stupid fucking money. Make a million trades. Give up all your fucking farm system for all I give a fuck about.
Anyway.
Go win. Go win. Yeah, they stink anyway. Exactly.
I mean, to me, there's three things. Obviously, getting outs. We've already said that. But the next two things I'm looking for is I want another starting pitcher. I want someone to emerge as a bona fide third starting pitcher on this team. We know the top two guys. We know what they're going to do for us. We know they're going to pitch well. Who's going to emerge? I like Zach Eflin. You know, we're going to see what we get from the kid. Will Spencer give us more this year? We don't know. Are they going to bring another guy in? We don't know. But who's going to emerge as the third starter, and who's going to emerge as the center fielder? Someone needs to take that job. I don't care who it is. I think all the guys are kind of good. None of them are really good. So someone step up this year for us. And I'm talking Hazley. I'm talking Moniak. I'm talking Quinn. Someone step up and take that fucking job. We need someone to do it. If those things happen, someone steps up and takes that job, similar to the way Victorino did for us in the early, when we got really good with the team that won us the fucking World Series.
Yeah.
Victorino stepped in and took that job, became a good player. We need one of these guys to do that exact thing. And then I think we'll get outs. We'll get out enough outs with our bullpen, new pieces. And Archie Bradley, I think, will be a pretty solid closer. So I'm looking at that third starter, and I'm looking at the center fielder. That's where I'm looking.
And that's where to look, because those are the last remaining holes. You whether that's a free agent signing for either of them, right? I know Murph's sitting here talking Jackie Bradley Jr., whether that's a free agent signing for, or a trade for a pitcher, or you're right, Wills, Eflin, Howard, God forbid, Velasquez, right? I know we've seen it, but those are guys that are in camp. These guys got to step up.
I don't need one guy to take the job in center either, though. I just think guys.
Can they play well as a combined unit then, Tom?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's more what I'm looking for, because you have enough places in, you have enough guys that are in locked.
We need more than they gave us last year. I'll say that.
Like when you have Kutch and you have Harper in your outfield, and you have third base in Baum, and you have shortstop in Didi and Segura at second and Hoskin, right? Like you feel good about everything. You have Realmuto behind the plate, so you're like, okay, the only position that I need to get. I need to find a group of guys to go out and play well together in center field. I'm in a pretty good spot then. I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying that.
I love having a good center fielder, though.
True, but I think all three.
They can all play center field at least. I can say that. Yeah. They all can play center field defensively. We're looking for more out of the stick.
He might win the job too. I mean, I wouldn't be fucking shocked. I would not be shocked at all.
What if Odubel wins the job?
I would not be surprised.
Now, he can't play it that well defensively, but he has more of a stick.
That's what you want. But then, there's guys. Hazley, to me, is a pretty good defender, turning himself into a pretty good defender, covers some ground out there for not being the fastest guy. So, there's a guy who plays 7, 8, 9 in, or Quinn's that guy. But I'm not saying that Herrera's going to win a job, but pure talent-wise, out of what's out there, right? He's the only guy that has, to me, that can come into camp and people be like, oh, shit.
It's the only guy that's hit consistently in the pros out of the guys.
How would he hit in the 7 hole?
Now, granted, I am not an Odubel guy. You can go back and check tape. Everyone knows this. But he has the best pedigree of those guys, especially hitting-wise.
I was.
Oh, we know you were.
No, not after the domestic. I'm out. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
I'm out.
Yeah.
But again, I know how big companies work. And now there's nobody's going to care anymore, right? Because that's just the way the world works. Like, not enough.
They give it 2 years. That's how it works. 2 years. Oh, COVID happened. No one even remembers.
Remember how much money they owe him this year. Money talk. He's going to get every opportunity to say, are you better than Adam Hazley right now? Are you better than Roman Quinn? Are you better than Mickey Moniak? And I'm
probably say yes to 2 of them.
I'm sure he's going to walk into camp and look like a fucking brick shit house, right? He's going to walk into camp, look like a brick shit house, and that's going to bring the dogs to the yard, okay? And if he hits in the spring, he's going to make this team because of the money. Now, if he comes out and has a horrendous spring and is not in shape and all the other things, bye, girl. Because then he's just a guy who don't care. But I got to assume that this guy wants another contract and wants to get back into the big leagues. So we'll see. But he's the one who has the most proven, and that's even in an air quotish, the most proven out of the group. You know what I mean? But that's still not nothing.
He's got an all-star game. He made an all-star team. Odubel used to always bother me, okay, but I will say that Odubel, he's going through stretches where you can't get him out.
And when this lineup,
Tom was talking batting title a couple years back. We'll keep that on the wraps, but he was.
That's fine. I'm an idiot. But I already believe this lineup's going to stroke, right? If I got a guy in there that you're just talking about, who there's times that he's going to get scorching hot where you can't get him out, my lineup is complete. And whoever that guy is in center field, I need a guy that can go on tears, right? And hit the cover of the baseball for a minute. Because if I have all these other guys that can, that's my only link that I don't know. That's my only unknown. If they can do it, this lineup is as good as the Dodgers. And go down the list. I don't give a fuck. This lineup is as good as the best teams in the National League. All right. If center field has not even a proven, but a pulse. If you can get 25 home runs out of center,
absolutely
fine, right? 25 home runs out of center, 270 batting average, a good on base percentage, average on base percentage, right? Whatever, good defense. This lineup is right there with all the rest. Even if you don't, this lineup's right there with all the rest. But you want to be better than them? You want to say, well, fuck, I know we got to get outs, but you can win by just Mash City too. You can win by crooked numbers. You can win by that. We've won here by that. Get enough outs, right? Get enough outs, but absolutely get through stretches where you can't get my lineup out. That's what's going to win you 90-plus games, right? We had that last year, but there wasn't enough time to figure out a bullpen by a trade deadline either, even though it was atrocious. The season was shortened. So nothing again. I mean, Matt Klintak's an asshole and all that. So I don't care about that. I'm just making a point. I'll give it a little asterisk neck last year. Ain't no asterisk anymore. So now I believe all them things will happen if we're not getting enough outs, right? So we'll see how it plays out. But I truly
listen. This team can hit.
I believe in this lineup. Yeah, I believe
this team can hit. You just look at the lineup. If healthy, this team is going to hit the baseball. I don't know what everyone's thinking for their lineups, but to me, you probably lead off Kutch. I would probably bat Bohm second. Then go Harper, Reese, Realmuto, Didi. And let's go. That's a tough top six right there.
Or if Reese is going to be the Reese of what he normally is, put Reese in that two-hole because he sees a lot of pitches and draws a lot of walks. You know what I mean? You can do that as well.
Reese to hit homers, though, but I hear you.
Well, but we all do, and that's kind of my struggle with Reese is he's too willing to take the walks at times. So to me, that's a two-hole hitter. You know what I mean? Right in front of those guys.
I mean, he got on a ton for Harp and Realmuto, or Realmuto Harp. You know, however you want to slice it. He got on a ton.
Yeah, we'll see what Joe does. I trust Joe.
Yeah, I'd rather him in the two-hole with his lack of aggression. You know, I'd rather a guy.
I felt like he was starting to, before he got hurt, he was starting to really pound the ball again. So,
no, I mean,
it's not a bad thing either.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't care. I don't care where you hit homers. You know, you hit him in the 2 or 4 hole. I don't give a fuck. Just hit him.
We'll restart again. We'll restart with JT. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, okay, you hit a homer, then guess what? JT comes up. I mean, I don't care. I'm gonna agree with Wilson. I don't care how you lose the ball. Where you lose it in the lineup. You know, you only bat in the 2-hole once. So
I like Bomo really a lot. That's why I would bat him too. I want to get him a lot of at bats. I think Bohm's guy that's going to hit over 300, and I want him, and that's why I would bet Harper third because I want him and Harper getting the most at bats.
Yeah, and baseball's a sport where I don't care how young you are. You know what I mean?
Listen, he's going to hit.
Yeah, we talk about the NBA. We talk about the NBA. You talk about football sometimes, right? With it, okay. In baseball, I don't care if you're 18. Like I've seen guys come out. I saw Andrew Jones. You know what I mean? I've seen guys, puppies.
We see them at every organization but ours.
Well, you might come out and you might, teams might find something that you're weak at and start really attacking it, but then you just got to make adjustments. It's all about adjustments. So he could go through a stretch where he gets more outs than you would want him to get, but just you guys got to make adjustments.
Yeah,
and I like him. I think the dude's a professional hitter. He's hit everywhere. He's going to hit.
He will. You're right. Jay Bruce is he's not here.
He signed with the Yankees yesterday.
So bye, Jay.
1.3 mil. Listen, I like Jay Bruce. but there's no DH again, so there's no spot for Jay Bruce.
Yeah, that was the key.
And by the way, I like the no DH. I'm okay with it. I would have been okay with the DH, which I think they're leaning towards. I expect it to happen in the next couple of years, but also because our pitching isn't great, I'm okay with facing some pitchers batting. I'm okay with that.
Listen, I'm okay with it. I'm not like I don't like it because it's just stupid. I mean, just this is why. I mean, you know what I mean? Add another.
You started it, right? You're like you started the trend. Let's do it.
You already went there. Grow the fuck up. Just finish it, dude. It doesn't have to make the game better for people. And like not for us. Like we're old schools. I don't give a shit. Like you can keep the game like it was played in 1930. It's the same game. But I don't give a fuck. But for the people that want more offense and the people that want them things, add a DH in. Yeah. It's stupid. You just went there.
I know, Tommy, and you're right. You're 100% right. And I know I'm a purist, and I like the fact that it's like the old game. But I mean, the trend, everything is trending towards adding the DH, and you already did it, and you're keeping this, the 7.
You're keeping the other stupid rules.
You're keeping this guy on second base, so you might as well just fucking keep it. I don't see why not.
Guy losing a job. You create another job for a guy in the National League. Like pitcher already has their job. You create another job. Right, and another job is guys that are strictly DHs. There's been a lot of great guys that have been strictly DHs in the American League. All right, and the fact I'm even more want it, it's because I signed JT Realmuto. I want the fucking DH, motherfucker. I signed
Martinez.
I got Bryce Harper till he's fucking 80. Okay, I want the fucking DH.
I need the
absolutely.
DH.
I expect it to happen in the next couple of years, though. I really do. But I'm surprised they didn't just keep it. I really thought they were going to.
Me too.
Of all the ones that. Of all the ones I thought they were going to keep.
Guy on fucking second base. Nonsense. I'm okay with the 7-inning doubleheaders. That's cool. The fucking guy on second base. Nonsense is fucking ridiculous. I hate it.
Unbelievable.
I hate it. It means you can actually you can win a game without getting a hit. I don't like it. I don't like it because you can bunt him over and sack fly and get a win. I don't like it.
True. But the other team can tie it by doing the same thing.
Teams also don't bunt over, so it probably won't happen. But
what's bunting in today's baseball?
We did though.
Yeah, I like that.
We had no problem. We had no problem laying it down, which was good. You know what I'm saying? During them times. But no, I mean, I'm just at this point, I just rather have the DH to open up another spot for somebody. But it is what it is. I mean, to me, it's the baseball we've always watched. So I don't really care about the run on second. It doesn't I don't give a shit. Like if you want to speed them up and not have games go fucking 5 hours, go ahead.
Just maybe win in regulation.
Yeah, it's not like a walk off like in the NFL.
Don't go to extra innings.
It's not like OT in the NFL, like where you score, you win, and it's over. Like you score a touchdown and it's over. Like even if you score a run by doing it without a hit, the other team can come do the same damn thing. So not like it's a walk off right there. Both teams get a shot. So that's why it doesn't really bother me. Right, like get the game over. Like,
they're trying to have them not go 17 and have position players pitch and all that shit. So I hear you,
dude. Save bullets, save arms, right? And the other thing is, I don't care about the 7-inning. Like I know I'm a purist, but it doesn't bother me like a 7-inning double.
I actually like the 7-inning doubleheader because there's a problem filling games in when there's rainouts. The 7-inning doubleheader makes it a lot easier to fill games, and you're like, fuck, just make a doubleheader. And I happen to actually like doubleheaders. You're telling me 14 innings over 9. Give me doubleheaders every weekend. I love them. Let's play two.
Will, so with COVID obviously still around, there's going to be times where you're getting games canceled, not because of rain, because of COVID. So,
not to mention our bullpen fucking stinks. So let's play 7. We love it.
Let's get 4 or 5 piece. 5-inning games. No,
you're like, can we match it up that all 7-inning games are Wheeler and Nola that start? Because maybe we don't even need a bullpen. We call this no bullpen day. Let's go.
Or I would say Realmuto right now. Let Baum play one more year. Let's not start doing this.
Yeah, okay. Let's calm down with your little Jersey game. Next thing you know, they'll both stink. Sorry. No, but I would say, listen, you can't go wrong with JT or Bryce or Wheeler or Noah because they're locked in. They're going to be here. They're not going to get traded. So
I don't know about Wheeler.
No, Wheeler's locked in.
No, I know. I'd probably go Realmuto. Give Bomber a little bit to get his sea legs.
Can he just hit for another year, please? That's all.
Halfway through June, we're running him out of town.
Yep. Why don't you like Noah? Noah's like a great fucking dude too.
Why don't you like Noah? He's also a very good pitcher.
Yeah, great guy, and a fucking like we always said, Friday nighter at LSU. Like he can spin it.
Very good pitcher.
Overrated.
Noah's gonna get you to like him this year.
Wow. She threw out the overrated.
I think he could be underrated.
I think he's rated right where he should be.
I mean, they have him as a top 10 pitcher in the NL, which is exactly what he is. I would say top 5, maybe.
Well, I mean, the Dodgers have 3 of them.
Yeah, San Diego has 2 more. So I hear you.
Oh my God, Torres, because he's not Mr. Excitement all the time. You don't like him.
Cole Hamels is the best pitcher. Maybe, I can't say that just because Lefty was here. But, I mean, Cole Hamels did a lot for us. Thank you, Cole.
Second best left-hander in the franchise history.
Second best pitcher in franchise history.
No. I mean, longevity-wise, yeah. I guess I can give it to you possibly. Probably not, though.
But definitely Lefty. You're absolutely right.
Robin Roberts is probably higher.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, listen. You can't give any. I would love him to be Cole. You're trying to say, oh, he'll be Cole Hamels. Fucking sign me up.
I don't need
Speaking
you
of Cole, he's just still a free agent.
Did he even pitch last year?
No.
I don't think he did.
Go, Greg, trying to bring back guys.
By the way, another thing with the DH is that Atlanta just signed Marcel to a big deal. Marcel Ozuna can't play. They said, oh, he's terrible in the outfield now. So, hey, we like that. Get them terrible in the outfield somewhere because Atlanta's pretty fucking tough.
Well, terrible in the outfield don't matter if you hit 290 and hit 35 home runs. So,
I mean, I think he hit 310. He had a monster.
I just don't expect him to hit 310 again. So,
no, neither do I. Yeah. I think he got paid. He's going to go back to St. Louis. St. Louis, Marcel. Ass sweeps. Wasn't a fan.
I was a big Ozuna fan in Miami. I thought he was.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah.
I mean, huge. I wanted Ozuna. But he definitely checked out that little run in St. Louis. So, but I mean, listen, guys go
back in last year.
Guys go up and down in this league too. You know what I mean? There's ups and downs.
Absolutely. It's all about adjustments. We said that.
He has a track record of driving a baseball. So
yeah, and listen, Atlanta's got a damn good line. Atlanta's going to be a good team. So that's why we just got to keep getting better.
Well, I mean, not only Atlanta. I mean, the Mets are for real too. I don't care what anybody says. Second Francisco Lindor walks into that clubhouse, they're a better baseball team. I don't
absolutely.
You know, this is unbiased radio. I mean, I mean, it just gets scarier here. You know,
I hate the Mets, but you're 100% right. And actually, honestly, I'm not sure that there's a guy in baseball I would take over him. If you gave me the choice to take one guy in baseball to start the team, I might take Lindor.
I said this. I almost wish we could have Lindor instead of Harper. That's not a shot at Harp. You know what I mean? Like, I love Lindor.
Well, you went up the middle in this league. That's why I feel like. So that's why I love him too.
He's not Lindor. I love Didi, and I love the fact that Scott Kingery doesn't have to play every day at second base. I love Gene Segura there. You went up the middle. I love these two. They lose baseballs together, right? They play. Segura's game translates so much easier for him at second.
Yep.
I feel like he covers more ground at second. I like the ability to be able to, if you want to get Bomb a day off, you can go to Segura third, let Kingery go to second. I like having these options too with your infield a little bit too. I love it. This team I wouldn't have been as happy with this baseball team if Didi wasn't back. I just truly wouldn't be.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
And new JT was coming back because they're not that stupid. But the Didi one was the concerning one to me because I'm like, oh, dude, they're going to try to save a couple bucks.
Exactly. You didn't know where they were going to try and save it. And you sensed it was going to be Didi because you had a high draft pick in Stott, and I'm not saying he's ready, but you had a high draft pick invested in Stott, and you were sitting there like, oh, this is where they're gonna save the money and try and get by with the kid.
Which is just okay if he's a pimp. Like if he's a pimp, then let it be. But guess what? Give Didi 2 years, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say they did exactly what we wanted to. They gave him 2 years, just like we said. Give Bryson 2 more.
Let him breathe. And it shows me even more. You're in win now mode in 2 years because you're making these investments. Okay. And that's what changes this whole lineup. Didi to me changes this whole lineup and deepens it and puts it where you want to be. You take them out, you feel it's good, right? Because now you got 2 holes up the middle. You can't have holes up the middle. You can get away with 1. You have the best catcher in baseball. Okay. All right. You have a damn good shortstop and a damn good second baseman. Okay. So your holes in center where you just don't know. But everywhere else, I mean, honestly, you can put Kutch back in center at this point. He's 2 years off the ACL. You know what I mean? I know he's older, but he can run 30 games in center field.
Yeah, you can put Bryce in center. You don't really want to, but you could.
No, Bryce can run 25 games in center if you had to. Like, you have options there, moving forward. But regardless, I'm so excited for it. Like, we've waited a good amount of time for baseball and for us to really feel good. I know the year we signed Harper, we wanted to feel good. We wanted to feel, like that we could win right away. Not realistic.
I feel like we have less question marks than we've had since we've had Harper. You know what I mean? Like the going in the last couple of years, we've had a lot of question marks. So is our starting pitching good enough? Is our bench good enough? Is our bullpen good enough? And this year we have way less than we question marks than we've had going in. So I feel like it's our best team on paper. Now, granted, it's only on paper, but it's our best team on paper since we've got Harper. I'm excited.
Couldn't agree more. Our bullpen, even though it's not exactly fully where we want it to be, we feel a whole lot better on it, and I think we're only going to feel better as this goes on. I truly believe that. This organization doesn't. Dave Dombrowski had an opportunity. There's supposed to be an expansion team happening in Nashville, okay? I don't know if everybody knows this story, but there's an expansion team happening in Nashville. That deal they're not happening yet, okay? Dave Dombrowski, I believe, is going to be part of the startup with that, okay? From what I read. Now,
he was, yeah.
Almost just now he's just a weight gain, and it's almost to like 2025 or something. Okay,
because of COVID. Thank you, COVID.
So we fell into him. He's like, I don't want to sit around, and Middleton called him. The fact that Middleton's calling him and trying to get him to come here because he knows he's a win now guy proves to me that even though I've been very critical of John Middleton, because you say it, you better do it. All right, that's all I'll say to any owner in this city. You say, then do it. Your actions speak louder than words. Okay, but now his actions are starting to come into place. All right, I'm not crowning anything yet. I'm just crowning executives because good execs get you talent. Good execs that are like, all right, I'll come out of this, but I'm trying to win, dude. Like, John, you said stupid money. You got me sold, but then I should have power on what I want to do. And I believe that the power's there. There's no way that Matt Quintek's giving Didi 2 years. Okay, he's just not. He's just not because he doesn't care. He thinks he can get away with it, right? He thinks he can be analytical and cute with shit. No. Go win fucking baseball games, all right? And you can say, well, how about Dave Dombrowski? Oh, he empties your farm system. Good. That's what you get a farm system.
Reset.
I want people to understand this. You build a farm system to deal it. That's what I do, okay? Not your stars, but everything else, what you believe is you're going to be a star and a no-brainer who's usually playing by the time he's 20 anyway. Besides them guys, like that, your Bohms that you just like, all right, he's untradeable because he's going to work his way up too fast, right? Besides that, dude, trade everybody. Trade it all. Like, for what you did for Realmuto, I'll do that deal a million fucking times. And I know Sixto can deal it, but I'm not going to take the chance of him not being able to deal, right?
Absolutely.
I'm getting it known. I'm getting it known that's one of the best
7
players.
out of 10 times, they're not going to be as good as everyone thinks they're going to be.
No, like, would you sign up for Doc and Cliff Lee and all of them? Yes. Yeah.
Going back to that, the only guy in all those trades, and I know I was critical of all those trades, I'm sure everybody else was, but the only guy that we traded away that panned out was Carlos Carrasco.
Yeah, listen, I wasn't critical of any of them trades.
Yeah, was I.
No, because
I liked them.
people got critical of Ruben Amaro Jr., and I thought that people were assholes because he's doing exactly what you want him to do. You can raise your hand all you want.
I was. I'm just saying I was one of those guys.
Yeah, and I said, hey,
I don't like Ruben that much.
Hey,
I just think he held on too long. But
fine, but if you like sitting on your hands, then sit on your hands. Okay, because I like the fact that you said, fuck it. I got a chance to get 2 of the top pitchers in baseball. I'm doing it.
I would have done that too. I totally agree.
And the fact that, yes, you have to extend guys longer than you want to, right? The Howard injury kills you and killed where you were going, right? But you have to extend them. You have to. You fucking have to. So there's a lot. There's a lot that went into it. But you tell me you're not extending him after he gets hurt in 11? Come on.
He just fell off such a cliff that you didn't predict him then to fall off that badly. That's really all that happened for RH. And he was so dominant those first 4 years. You got to pay the guy. And unfortunately, you pay for past performance, not future performance. You know what I mean? So you try to hope, oh, okay, well, we got 4 or 5 more good years out of him. Really only got 2. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm never going to bash RH because obviously he was a pillar in us winning a title, and it was amazing. So, but we held on a little long. We held on a little long with Utley and Jimmy, but those are guys, they were the cornerstones of our team that won a World Series. What are you going to do? What do you expect?
Levi, then I'll tell you, you're in it for the ribbon. You know what I mean? You're in it for the ribbon then. And I love you. You know this. But you're in it for the wrong thing.
There was I would do that deal every day, twice on Sunday.
To me, 6-0 is 6-0 is good, but he's never pitching. He's pitching for the Marlins in a condensed season. I want to see him in a full season. And to me, pitchers, I'll always trade pitchers for hitters because pitchers, there's just too many injuries in pitchers now. Pitchers constantly hurt. He'll probably get Tommy John at some point soon. They're always hurt.
And there was injury concerns with him already. And that's another reason why I would do that deal. Now, granted, you don't sign JT, then you don't do that deal.
Yep.
But we signed JT. So
we signed JT, so I do that deal every day, twice on Sunday, because there was a lot of concerns around Sixto. If he was going to be good, he was going to be a pimp, but there was a lot of ifs around it.
Would you trade Landry Shaman again for Tobias Harris? Right?
No.
Would you trade Robert Covington and whatever you trade for Jimmy Butler? Now you'd say no because you didn't get Jimmy Butler back. But yes, you make these deals. You are in it.
Look, none of those guys done anything. Landry Shaman don't even go off the bench. Rocco is playing 15 minutes a night for Portland. Like, who cares?
You make these deals every day. And this is guys who have played in the league. These are guys who played at the league. Now you're talking about minor leaguers that never played in the league. Listen, if you're a generational talent, you'll be up by your 20. If you're special, you'll be up by your 22, 23 in today's game. Okay? You just will be. You just will be.
Maybe even 21.
Yeah.
It used to be 24. Now it's like 21.
Yeah, I'll give you a little break, right? You know, that you're usually up. All right. Are late bloomers? Absolutely, there's late bloomers.
Ryan Howard was late bloomer.
Can you get burned on it? Sure, you can get burned on it. But to me, deep down, I do it every day. If you're giving me guys under the age of 26, 27, I'm doing it every fucking day. And then at 20, I'll even go to 28 for top 3 in positions, top 5 in positions in baseball. Like here you go. Because listen, Lee, if I'm the Kansas City Royals, no. Right? If I'm the Tampa Bay Rays, no. If I'm the Miami Marlins, no. But I am a big market, and the Phillies need. I've been saying it for years, and I know a lot of other guys have. Act like it. You should not be not winning games for 10 fucking plus years. Okay? Fucking act like it. That's a disgrace. You're acting like you're a mid-level market, and you're not.
Because we're the Royals over here, some shit.
Yeah. Like I have your books. Okay? I got your books. All right, cigars. So act like it. And he's acting like it right now. Now, I could come right back and put egg in my face, but we'll see. I believe they're going to act like it.
There's no egg when you're calling for what he said to do. You know what I mean? All you were and all we were was just critical of him going back on his word, right? So now he's following through on his word. There's no egg. It's just now he heard us. Thanks for tuning into the show, Johnny. We'll take some cigars over here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Huh? Yeah. Tom just had a kid. Pass him over. Box on the house.
You think you know somebody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You think you know a guy. We'd love to have a box. Maybe I was too critical. Too critical. Don't act like they don't hear. So I haven't inboxed him yet. And we'll talk a tad bit on what we were sort of talking about before we started the show, Eagles wise, and then we'll do Crumb, and then we're gonna have John Coyle on here from all campus, and then we'll get out of here in a few. But the Eagles wise, I stand by that, boys. I stand by that. I just don't. I think it's all bullshit. I mean, not all of it. Some's real, but the fact that the media he's going by Monday. How'd that age? Because you guys don't have a fucking clue.
That was a week ago.
So shut up. They're not going to settle for 2 second-round picks. They're not going to do that.
And take the $30 million hit or whatever.
Yeah.
No chance.
No
chance.
All right, we'll keep him then, because it's a $50 million cap hit next year. So I'd rather him walk and get nothing, and on a prove it year almost, than the opposite. And I know it's not a prove it year, but it is in a way for Carson, because every year in the NFL is almost a prove it year for guys, because that's how you're guaranteed money. It's done.
When you're not consistent, you know what I mean? When there's ups and downs, right? You're absolutely right. It's always a prove it year when there's inconsistencies, whether it's health wise, whether it's play wise. You're always under the microscope in the NFL.
Always, and because you can just get, if you don't have the cap hit, right, Greg? Then you can get moved and you don't get the roster bonuses that you need to get.
Yeah.
For your deal to really live up to what your deal is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody sees, $100 million deal. Well, okay, you're guaranteed what's guaranteed. Now, if you're on the roster every year, all that money gets guaranteed. If you play with the length of your deal, and then incentives. But, like, I just don't, I don't see him getting moved. I really don't. I mean, is there always that chance and that possibility? Of course there is. You know what I mean? Of course there is.
I will say I am kind of happy the way it's played out, not in the sense of all the drama around it, but I'm glad the Eagles, at least as of right now, are not settling, right? If you're open to trade them and Indy or New Orleans or Chicago is going to come in and say, hey, here's 2 firsts and here's a player, a starting player on the defensive side, then cool. All right, let's go ahead. Let's move on. Thanks, Carson. Appreciate it. Have a great one. But if 2 seconds, if you're not trading for 2 seconds, good. You shouldn't. That's the way you should be doing business.
I agree. Agreed. Fully agreed, Greg. Listen, we're already going to take the cap hit. We're not just going to settle for shitty picks. That ain't happening.
No.
You give me not when our guy can't draft.
Keep them.
No, maybe you give me a first, second, and a player, then I'll settle for not having 2 firsts. But if you're not giving me 2 firsts, or at least a first, a second, and a player, count me out.
Right.
I'll take my chance. If you can't play, who fucking cares? Then and $15 million cap, it's a lot less.
Yeah.
Listen, the tattoo is not going on my ass because it's never going to happen this year. He is not getting traded. I might be the only one in the media that stood on a fucking hill about this one because that really stood out there. I'm talking about tattoos. Ain't nobody there. Joe Giglio said he'll come on and we'll debate it. We'll debate it because everybody else told me how he was getting dealt. This is another reason why I want you to come on now because everybody else told me it was a done deal. Okay. Then explain to me how, if it is a done deal and you're talking about 2 second-round picks, then I want to hear you tell me how everybody and every executive and owner, even the owner, should get his ass fired then, Joe, and everybody else in the media. And then they should get fired because of what you two just said. Then you're not doing your job, okay, to get value back. You're fucking settling, and you stink at what you do anyway draft-wise. This is why I can't do this, right? You don't trade proven talent. He had a bad year. I fucking get it. Okay? I fucking get it. We all get it. All right? You just don't move on like that. You always give it the next one. Okay? The next one. Now, if you come out and you stink next year, then we all ride off and what's not the sunset.
Yep.
Yeah.
The opposite. Okay?
Yeah. We drown.
You want to be the team that does that? You want to be the organization that does that? Even if you get 2 firsts back and he goes and balls, that might never live up to value. So to me, you know what? In the NFL, I hold the fucking cards, man. I hold the cards as an organization on what I can say and do, right? When I hold money over your head. It's not the NBA. It's not guaranteed money forever. It's not baseball. It's a different built sport. It's built on performance. It's built on why you see a lot of guys that put in the work every offseason because they know their job's up for grabs every year in the NFL. Every year.
You built for speed.
So, all right, let's get to John Coyle, all campus. Like we talked about before, we've mentioned about John, he's coming on. He's coming on. It'll be a fun one. Yeah, I know. I know he is, man. I've been very critical of Joe, and I stand by every freaking word and comment.
Spills. Correct.
Correct. And I'll do it again.
Correct.
And I'll do it again. Right on air. I don't care. I'm not going to disrespect the guy. I'm just going to tell you how it is. You're 100% wrong. Wrong.
Absolutely, Colin.
Yo, what up, John?
What up, John?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, John?
Hang in there. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the store. Got a lot going on in here, so excuse the background noise. We just got the electric turned back on. We just got the okay that we will be able to open up again. We're shooting for a June 1st reopening. I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at how everything is. So here's a pan of all the hats. Every single one of them is damaged. Every single one of them smoked. All our lighting is smoked. All our walls are smoked. They have to knock down this wall completely and rebuild it as a firewall, and the ceiling they got to rebuild. But I just wanted to come on and tell everyone thank you for all the support, everyone that reached out to me and my family. We really, really appreciate it. the GoFundMe account has just been tremendous to all of us. We can't say thank you enough for that. And on that, we do have a very special giveaway that we were given from another person in Ocean City here. We have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house that's going to be given away on the 4th of July weekend and on Labor Day weekend. So 2 people will win the prize. Anyone who donates $50 or more to the GoFundMe account will be entered into a raffle that we will be doing here live at All Campus and on A2D Radio on May 1st. Again, it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,800 square foot house right on 7th and Asbury, 4 blocks from the beach, right in the heart of Ocean City. Very nice people that donated it, and we can't say thank you enough, and hopefully it's going to be a great prize for a family of A2D or someone else.
Yeah. It's great. It's great.
It's amazing, John.
It's huge. It's huge. You know, that's all you got to do. You throw $50 and you get a raffle like that. I mean, I know the price of them places. 4th of July weekend and Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, this house goes for about $2,500 for those weekends. Woo. So it's a very nice gift that somebody has given to us.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's great.
That's great.
That's awesome. I know our GoFundMe. I know the GoFundMe is. I know it's in the comment section, fam, for everybody listening. I want to just check on somewhere else.
It's great news that you reopened too, John. That's great to hear. I know the smoke damage is terrible, but that's great news.
No, everyone knows that, we lost all the hats, we lost all the products. It's a lot of money that we lost. We didn't have it insured. We just bought the store 3 months ago. So we literally got the minimum insurance just to be ready to open. And then the summertime comes, then that's when we would have insured all of our new product to have hats.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to that point. So we're struggling with inventory. The store's not going to be the same as it was in past years. We're going to have a lot less inventory. It's going to be what it is, but we're going to be up and running, and we're going to be back bigger and stronger in years to come.
Love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. It's good news, though. It's good news.
Could be a good update. That's awesome.
Yeah, great news.
Yeah, it's amazing news. All the other stores that were affected also, no one is leaving. Everyone's coming back, which is amazing to hear. With a tragedy like this, you think some people would pack up and leave, but no, everyone's coming back.
Yeah, no, it's great because it just shows you resiliency, right? Resiliency. And some things got to go your way. And you're talking about a fire, right? You're talking about a fire. And I know nobody gets insurance on their products down there. Just keep in mind, everyone here that was affected by this, no one had insurance, right? Yeah. No one carries insurance for a summer building. It just doesn't happen. You don't pay that kind of money for the contents of your building because you don't expect a fire to happen because you turn all your electric off, you turn all your gas off, you turn your water off. So this was something that kind of just was a tragedy, and hopefully we can go on and go forward, and the boardwalk, this block will be back better than ever. Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You guys can find. We put the GoFundMe out for John on our social. We'll put all the information in there on the raffle, so you guys know what's up for it. And we'll have other prizes given away too. Not only of A2D gear that you can obviously get on PhillyDrinkers.com, but I'm sure Philly Drinkers and Alex will have some other things. So we'll have some fun other giveaways mixed in there. That if you don't get the weekend, we got other fun things for you. So
yeah, I actually totally forgot about the other ones too, Tom. We do have a 4-family pass to the water park here for the summer and for the mini golf here. It's unlimited. You could go as many days as you want, as many times as you want. It's a $450 value that we will be giving away. Also, I will be giving away $25 gift cards also to anyone who donates to the GoFundMe. And it is anyone who previously has donated and is going to donate in the future. So everyone who has given is not excluded to this also.
Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Great stuff. So
Let's go. Let's blow this up.
Yeah, so let's get those donations in there. Let's go.
yeah, $50 get you in for everything, right? $50. 50 donation. Everything. Get everything.
I appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. We gotta finish cleaning this up and getting ready for demo, and hopefully it'll be up by June 1st.
Demo's fun. Not the circumstances, but demo's fun.
Demo is fun. Demo is fun. Yes. Yep.
Thanks, Johnny. I'm glad there's some good news. Good news. Good
Yeah,
news.
it's great to hear, John.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
you guys
good to
take
see you,
care.
John.
All right?
Yep.
See
See
you,
you
bud.
well, John. See you.
And we'll put that link back out for you on our social so you guys can find it. But yeah, so back to
Crazy. That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, the
Great
fact that
news.
everybody's coming
Great
back,
news.
it just shows that the community banding together and helping everybody out. It's just awesome. It's
and it
good
was
to
an
see.
accident. It was an
And
accident.
it doesn't surprise me one bit that everybody would band together and like try to get this whole everybody back. It's just what they do. South Jersey at its finest.
And the fire was an accident too.
Okay.
So it was ruled an accident. So it was an accidental fire, and like there's no reason for the person who owns that to do that because they own the whole boardwalk. It wouldn't make sense. Right?
Yeah.
It's not one of them. You're winning because you own all the stores. I mean, people are renting out your stores, so like people are like, oh, it's all maybe it's not, maybe it wasn't. People are assholes.
Yeah,
Because people are fucking assholes. That's why.
On Twitter, I'm like, dude, let facts come out before everybody wants to speculate. Shut the fuck up. Like, not about John, just in general. Like, oh, somebody.
Because people like to spout their mouth off on Twitter. It's the problem with social media. Everyone's so used to just spouting their mouth off without getting punched in the fucking nose for it.
Yep, exactly.
It's the problem with the world today. It's the
Keyboard.
problem that's the reason everyone's a pussy. It could be my crumb of the week. I can just keep this right going into the pussification of America. I hate it. I hate social media. I think it's the bane of the country. Now, granted, you probably watch us on social media, and we thank you, and we love you to keep tuning in. But I just fucking hate it. I just hate it. Everyone's fucking just say whatever they want. Just say whatever you want to anybody on there. Don't care about feelings. Just say whatever you want because I don't got to talk to them face to face. I fucking hate it.
I don't
Back in the day, you say that shit back in the day, you got punched right in the fucking nose.
I don't
And
like.
guess what? You didn't say it anymore.
I don't like social media because of A2D. Outside of that, I don't really. I like it like where you can connect with friends and not have to. You whatever stuff like that, like vacation stuff like that you can show people stuff, and it's an easy place for everybody to see. So you don't have to text message everybody.
Of course. Then you got a kid now, so the kid pictures go out. Everyone can see your kid without having to actually come over and visit. It's perfect. I got you. There's things for it. I get it. I just fucking hate it.
No, I hate the world of I can say whatever I want.
Oh yeah.
World I can be disrespectful and have no accountability behind it. I can say I don't like that. That side I completely agree with you on. That's all I was saying. There's certain things that I do like it for business. Other stuff, sure, right? But in terms of that. Like when it's all kumbaya and you're having a great conversation on there and you're laughing, we've all spit a drink out or two, So
of course.
So that's what I like it for because I can have a lot of laughs on there with everybody, right? But I hate it for some of the same things. It's where there's so many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's
got an opinion.
I hate groups outside of A2D Real Sports Talk group. I hate groups because groups have the worst people in there. Groups have people that have no sports knowledge. They just want to talk. So there's a lot of antis, but
It's just guys that like controversy, and they're willing to say whatever the fuck they want because, like I said, there's no repercussions for it.
No consequences.
Absolutely. What up, Marquise?
What up, Marquise?
You miss Sixers, you miss Phils, you miss some good Phils talk actually. We talked 5 seconds to Eagles essentially, and that's enough.
All they deserve.
That's it. We don't want to talk any more of them either.
And now we're going to do a week, and we're going to wrap it up. Simple as that. Look at this. We did it. We're going to probably go close to 2. So it's great work. It's great work. I can't even think straight, and I feel like I was here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Here. Let's go. Some things you're just good at. You know what I mean? Like some things you're just fucking good at. That's all. That's all. That's just all. That's for me.
Gonna have trouble getting out of that room back in the house.
No, it's a big garage door.
And then the cold's going to compress it.
That's great.
What do you want me to do? I you know what I mean? Listen, how many guys are doing a show freaking this soon? You know what I mean? Think about that on my end. You know what I mean? Done.
Constant. The pat he's breaking his arm, patting himself on the back, Tom. But we gotta give him a good cut. The guy a break, yeah. Cut the guy a break a little bit here.
That's not athletes. Who's going back to who's going to do their job like that quick? That's not athletes or tremendous competitors like myself. You know what I mean? That's all. I'm a competitor. I could have stunk this whole show. I don't know. I never really
did a hell of a job.
Never really do know either way. But
No, no, you were there.
Well, you guys showed me no love about a little a little durability. You know what I mean? Like I was expecting a little durability love. Like look at this guy back already.
I mean, you're back. Oh, we're happy to have you back.
No, I appreciate you about time. You know what I mean? It's waiting for something.
You pat yourself enough on the back. I don't got to do it.
I said we've been spoiled with 3-hour shows. They'll be back.
Listen, we could talk on a Sunday. We'll go 3 hours. It happens a lot.
We could. Tori, when Tori says influencer, I laugh.
Oh my God, that's her thing. She wants to be a social media influencer. It's
sure.
literally that's her goal. Her goal is social media influencer. And she told me the other day she can't be considered one until she has 5,000 followers. So follow up, people. Get Tori to her goal.
Get Tori to a blue check mark. No, Tori, you can't be an influencer until you get a blue check.
Unfucking real. Social media.
I'll unfollow you now just so you get enough follows.
Oh.
You have 4,999 and Greg goes,
doop, doop.
Every time she's close to 1,000, we all unfollow. Oh, 4-way. Oh.
Well, Marquise, don't rewatch it yet until we finish the crumb of the day. Then you can go back and rewatch it. Because you guys know it stays up on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And then usually within, by the next day, usually it's up on all our podcasts and places. So, yeah, there you go. So who wants to go first for crumb of the day? Who wants?
I'll go. I'm going to give it to. I don't even know if I can give it to the NFL for this, but I just really, what a terrible Super Bowl. I know the game made it kind of shitty just because it was kind of a blowout, and everything. But I felt like, and I liked the weekend. The halftime performance was okay. I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was bad. I think it was okay. And I thought the commercials were shit. There was no funny commercials. Like usually you're spoiled by some commercials at least. Nothing was good. I don't know. I just thought it wasn't a very good broadcast. I thought that Super Bowl was a letdown to me. So I'll give the NFL crumb of the week for that.
No, I would agree, except for the fact that I had, was loving the fact that Brady won again. You're absolutely right, though. The whole stuff surrounding the Super Bowl, the halftime show, the commercials, blah. And then the game.
Blah. And the game was blah.
Todd Bowles, credit to Todd Bowles for having an absolute monster game plan.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Todd Bowles and credit to a damn good defense. I mean,
Tampa Bay was on a mission. They came out on a mission.
They have the linebackers to win against a team like that. And
Devin White just all over the fucking field.
Monte David and Devin White are fucking awesome. And then their front four can flat out get after you. And
they don't got a blitz.
And they have really good safeties. Really good safeties. And it makes up for them not maybe having the best corners is they have really good safeties. So, I mean, they're constructed well. We talk about winning up the middle. I mean, they're constructed to win up the middle. And then obviously, like, again, we talked about just having Tom Brady walk into your locker room, guys start believing.
Yeah,
absolutely. They were saying he was texting everybody all week last week leading up to the Super Bowl. Every night at 11 p.m. he texts everybody, we're going to win this game. We're made to win this game. And everyone on the team. Like, I mean, just little things. It's little things, man.
Bruce Arians said pregame, him and Levante David are the guys that took him out, had the last speeches. He said Bruce was on Rich Eisen, and he said Bruce said his couple words, then Levante and Tom. Levante gave his, and Tom was the last guy, and he's like, Jesus, those guys were jacked up, ready to go.
Yeah, well, Levante David's put in a lot of work at being a fucking very underrated linebacker in this league. And
he is, he's really good.
He's come back from a few injuries, too, like big injuries. I like Levante David, always have. And Devin White just goes after it, man. Dude is like a missile on the field.
I love that I've always loved Levante David.
Yeah. Huge. I've been a big fan. Always, if there was an opportunity to get him, I wanted him somehow. Never really. I mean, there was
Yeah,
only one time.
Tampa never let him slip, which I mean,
No, did he leave someone from Tampa?
Got drafted by Tampa.
He did get drafted by Tampa.
Yeah, he's been there the whole time.
That's
Like-
right. They let Quan Alexander go.
He's had a couple big injuries where you would have thought, okay, maybe they'll let him go.
No.
Yeah.
They stuck with him.
He's a fucking great leader, and he's always listen. He's a damn good linebacker in this league.
Oh yeah.
It was Quan. I was thinking it was Quan that they let go.
Quan they dealt. It's funny because they dealt guys like Quan at that time. Like, why'd you deal Quan Alexander? You know what I mean? Like, why would you? And it all makes sense. It makes sense to a point. Saints
Sure.
Getting
Quan because I think he can play. I mean, he played well. But there's two teams that moved on from him, so you wonder why.
There's always something. You never know. We don't know the whole story about anybody, Sometimes you see something happen, you're like, oh, that's really strange. But then you're like, oh, maybe he didn't get along with guys. Like, the locker room dynamic is a huge thing in team sports.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Devin White, first round linebacker, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, he was at West Virginia, right?
No, he's LSU.
LSU. And
there was another LSU quarterback or linebacker available in the first round.
He's the guy that made fucking plays all over the field at LSU too. So I mean, it's not like it's
his understudy, Patrick Queen, right?
Yeah, good player.
Devin Bush, another first round linebacker, pretty good.
Bush,
yeah, good player.
I mean,
Devin Bush,
I know Kenneth Murray played really well for the Chargers.
Yeah.
Hey, Howie.
Both did.
We don't draft linebackers in the first round.
Queen and Murray played well.
No, we both know Queen. We all know Queen.
No. I know you know. I was just telling people, like, it's not just one. Both did.
Queen starter from day one.
Yeah, he
on
played
that
well.
defense.
Marquise, I would have blown somebody for Patrick Queen. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'm tired of telling organizations what to do from a couch, and they can't figure it out.
I mean, I was more of a Murray guy, but I wasn't not a Queen guy.
I just watch Queen. I just watch the SEC more. I just stand by that. I watch them a lot more.
Absolutely.
I do watch a lot of Pac-12 because of nighttime shit, but I'm a big SEC guy because I feel like that's like the minors. No matter what team I'm watching play, for the most part, as long as it's like one of the better programs, I feel like I'm watching the closest thing I can get to it, and then I watch how offenses like they change, and then I'm like, okay, that's gonna come to the pros soon. Like you just the way it works. It's crazy. So I enjoy the SEC. I enjoy other conferences too. Don't get me wrong. I love college football, but like I know if I want to go, like if I'm out in the Eagles, I think I'm gonna stink for a minute. You know what I mean? Now I'm really honed in. You know what I mean? Now like you know what I'm saying? I love how we can watch a game one time. You know what I mean? Or watch a player for 1 year, 2 years, and be like, okay, this dude's gonna flat out ball in the pros, and then organizations watch them and don't feel the same way, and you're like, what?
Yeah, they get too cute. Too cute.
What?
Too cute. They're too cute. They're too worried about measurables all the time. Some guys just make the plays on the field. Like I feel like a lot of times they disregard the game tape. Yep. You know what I mean? And it's like, why? Why are we disregarding game tape? Like for me, a guy that always comes to mind for me is of course, I can't think of his fucking name right now. But the linebacker from Arizona State that went to Baltimore and was phenomenal for years. What'd you say?
No, it wasn't Suggs.
Yeah, Terrell Suggs. There you go.
Oh, Suggs.
Terrell Suggs is the guy who got drafted late because everyone said, "Oh, he's tiny." Oh, but he set the record for sacks in the NCAA, but he got to the quarterback. They're like, his measurables aren't great. He's not super fast. Some guys just get it done. Just on the field with the pads on, they get it the fuck done. Yeah. And they overlook that too much. I hate that.
How's first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah. Hey, decent. Jerry Rice. Decent. He went to a little school. Oh, yeah. Some guys he's not fast. Okay, some guys just get it done. When he's got the ball, all guys don't catch him, though, do they? So I don't know what to tell you. I love that shit. But yeah, they worry too much about measurables, too much about, this guy, you should see this guy with shorts and a t-shirt on. He fucking flies. Okay.
Yeah, I don't need to watch tape to tell you if guys can play. Not that that's a shot. I'm just saying, like, some people like to go back and watch the make sure their eyes are telling them what they think. And other people, I've always felt this way. I know you guys do. Is like, I'm watching you play right now. Like, I'm watching a guy come up. Like, they show you so much nowadays live. You know what I mean? That you see everything. You know what I mean? You know if a guy can get off bump coverage. You know what I mean? You know what a guy can do in space. You see these things, especially at high level sports. So, even in basketball, college basketball, same way. Like, I'm watching you and I'm going to know if your game can translate. I know it. I know what the league is, and I want to know if your game can translate for through a 35-game season.
I think basketball's tougher, but I hear you.
It is depending on what you know, though.
Problem with basketball is the NBA is played different than college.
Yep.
And so it's tough. There's the guys that look great in college and they don't look good in the NBA. They don't make the jump.
Sometimes you know the stars, though. Sometimes you know.
Well, you should be able to know the stars, but then also you don't. A lot of big thing, and this is with every sport, but you gotta really look into the player as well, like the person, because sometimes guys get a bunch of money and they fucking don't know what to do. They freak out. They go to the club too much. They get away from taking care of themselves, and then that's why they flame out. And that happens a lot because you don't know what you're going to do when a guy gets that kind of money. So that's you got to see the fire they have to be great. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You need that desire.
No, the 1-2.
The one. Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
Are you going to want to outwork everybody when you don't have to?
Greg, you know your crumb?
Yeah, my crumb is LeBron James. Any chance I get to crumb LeBron James, I'm going to crumb LeBron James.
LeBron James.
But that's atrocious what he did the other night. That flop, and the fact that there is an anti-flopping policy in the NBA is because of that crumb. So yeah, I mean that's some of the worst acting I've seen, and there's a lot of bad movies out there right now. Yeah,
I would know. He's got an AMC pass.
I haven't been to a movie in a long time, there, buddy.
I know. I miss movie Tuesdays.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I
know.
That'd be my crumb.
What?
Your guys' dates.
Listen, we went and saw a few movies together. We sat with a seat between us. All right, come on.
There was always a buffer.
There was a buffer seat at all times.
The only buffer was a popcorn.
Listen, Greg's got fucking Greg gets $5 movie deal. So you think I'm an idiot? I'll take him up on that offer.
I know what the buffer was. The buffer.
We saw a bunch of good movies.
Yeah, we did see a bunch of good ones.
Empty bucket of popcorn in the lap was the only buffer there.
No. I mean, I'm not going to say that we weren't eating popcorn, but we weren't eating together. We got separate bowls.
I joined you for a move.
I was going to say you were there for one.
I was there.
Which one? I forget.
Rambo?
Rambo.
Yeah.
Great movie.
A lot of killing.
There was. No, they invited me, Don. I was always invited. See, I get invited places, Don. I'm a guy who's like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean?
In the house. He's a hermit.
No, now I'm a hermit, but before.
Yeah, you're officially a hermit now. You have a kid. You're never going to leave the house.
No, I'll leave the house. Not right now. Right, I just left, essentially. In the house.
You went to the hospital, and you went back to the house. Yeah, I mean, we would say.
Oh, I thought you meant like right now. Like, no, I'm like.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. That doesn't count. That's part of your compound. We'll consider that a compound.
Yeah, compound talk. Say like HUD.
That's the HUD compound.
Yeah, guys running a cold here.
Depends on who you ask, right?
Oh my God! All right. Yeah. Well, did you do LeBron? Did you?
Yeah, I got LeBron. Yeah.
All right. Goodness gracious, we go off the rails. It's phenomenal. Yeah, Don. See, you tried to uninvite me to a cookout one time. The whole thing I don't remember.
Oh.
One thing I'm not going to hold you that offer. I'm going to fly right to Detroit, right for that cookout. One thing I'm not coming. I'll come. I
mean, you can always bribe us with food. We ain't gonna turn that down.
Bunch of fat guys here.
No, we ain't turning food down.
I'm an anti-crumb.
Oh, Jordan, what are you doing?
What are you watching, Greg?
Golf.
Oh.
MJ?
I got Wisconsin, Michigan on.
Anti-crumb. Anti-crumbs are allowed. I crumb a lot of things. There really wasn't much for me to crumb this week.
Yeah, you can anti-crumb it. You've had a good week.
Yeah. You had a good week. Couple other things on your mind.
Yeah. I'm gonna anti-crumb.
Trying to see the best of the world this week. I hear you.
I'm gonna anti-crumb Len. You know what I mean? I'm gonna anti-crumb Len. Like, you know what I mean? Well, great work. You know what I mean?
I might crumb you because early on today you were talking about how you kind of pushed her through it. I don't know how true that is.
Well, I mean,
took a lot of credit before the show. I didn't want to bring it up, but since I love the pound it back to Len here. I'll give you away from it a little bit, but you took a little too much credit early on.
Wow.
A little too much credit for my liking.
Wow.
Like you pushed something out. Come on now.
Lots on me. Lots on my demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Lots on my demeanor. No, just great work.
You got to keep a cool face. I got you. Cool, calm, collected.
Great work. No, I mean, even the nurses and doctors mentioned, I can see how you're a great coach. You know what I mean? That's factual.
Here we go.
Ask her. Ask her. You want to play this game with me? Ask her.
Full circle.
I was all my credit was going to go to her, and then you wanted to start. You know what I mean? Trust tree. We're live. Trust tree.
Is this the tree or the nest?
Len's a goat. Len's a goat. Got up last night, like so. Did Len? So I could pull this one off today because I needed at least 7 piece because I got about 8 hours before last night. 8 hours since Monday night because Tuesday night I did a show till 1:00 and I knew it and I was like, oh my god, I know what's gonna happen now. And it was like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like 4:15 in the morning. I'm like, you want to go? And then I was thinking about you, Wills. Right, best driver of all fucking time. All right, we're getting there for the epidural. Don't you understand that? We are getting there for the epidural, and nobody should go through that. Fucking, there's a traffic light at the fucking cameras too, and I'm sitting at lights and nobody's coming. There's nobody a million miles away. And I'm like, fuck this. We out.
We're running. We run them.
Mail her. She's like, don't you really want to do this?
If the cop pulls you over, you just tell her. You just really gas up. Oh, he's coming. We gotta get there, cop. We gotta get there.
I just point to her when the cop comes in the car. You see this? We gotta move. We're gonna move. Gotcha.
The cop would probably throw the lights on. Follow me. Yeah. We get a full escort now. We got a lead blocker.
But Len's the real MVP. But I just want to touch on the driving, Wells, because you would have loved it. I was out. Like it was because it's so late. It was so early in the morning. Nobody's around. So 35 miles an hour. I'm doing 45, no question. Like we're safe. I'm a great fucking driver. We out. Felt good.
I'll tell you what. I don't like to tap Tom on the back too often here. Okay, I'm not a back patter. He gets too much of it from everybody else. But I will sit here. Hand to God, there's no one I'd rather be in a car with driving than if I'm driving than Tom Arnone. Dude's a hell of a driver. It runs in the family. Okay, it's in his blood. Hell of a driver.
Cass going to be a great driver. I mean,
probably
just the way it is. Barry Bonds was born to hit some out of the ballpark and drive baseballs. You know what I mean? There's some pedigree talk. Some guys are built to drive. That's why I said Cass got to listen to the first episode here. Why it's a sponge.
Cass is going to be the best Uber driver ever.
Relax, no Uber creeping.
Yeah, let's not put that on him, okay, Greg?
That guy's gonna be like, and we're talking about a freaking guy who's taking. Oh, I can't. You know what I mean? The bodies in the park. You know what I mean? But
hey, you went there. I just said Uber driver.
He's an Uber creep. Uber creep. He's Uber creeping.
I do miss driving a little bit. I miss the stories. I miss the randos.
I want it.
Your problem is you never got in tight with the rest of the drivers
at the airport. Correct.
You never got in tight with them. You need to get into that circle.
None of them spoke English.
Whatever. You just got to figure out what they like. Greg, let a cigarette up and join them. Have a coffee. Bring some donuts. Everybody will love you.
Yeah. So my anti-Crumbs, Len.
Absolutely.
He's the goat.
I mean, well deserved, Len.
Flat out go.
And congrats again to you both. This is
absolutely.
Awesome. We love it. Thank you. It's freaking crazy. It's nuts. It's like, you know what I mean? I was like, I went through 38 years. How am I doing? Am I good?
Yeah, I had to worry about myself. Not going to worry about somebody else.
Good.
Holy shit!
I'm like, you good? Good. Oh my god, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's cool. It's cool. Crazy. It's cool. Crazy.
Absolutely.
Cool. Crazy. Like it's a dude. So we're gonna, you get the sports bond too.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
Go in. And I've already had conversations about it. All right, you got 50% rushing in you. You gonna be able to skate? I mean, I'm not Mr. Hockey. It's my fourth sport, but if you can skate it, we'll put them on you.
I'm going to tell him. Listen, here, Dad doesn't really have a college team, so we're looking for Syracuse. We're looking for a new Cuse guy.
Nope.
We're looking for a Cuse guy. We're going to send him some Cuse shit. Shut the fuck up, Greg.
Pass him on.
Looking for a new Cuse guy.
Pass him on. All right, boys. Great show.
Absolutely. Well done, Tommy.
Well done by you guys. You know, I'm only as good as the people I'm around. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, there's no Jordan without Pippen. So I don't think I'm mistaken.
We need you too, Wennington.
You know, I got no problem going to hoisting the Lombardi and giving credit to everybody.
You're the bigger guy. You're more Whittington than me.
I don't know, Greg. Calm down.
Hey, back. Hey, Steve. Every Sunday, we are brought to you by our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. We are also brought to you by bodycheckwellness.com. Promo code A2D for 20% off. And Sunrise Detox and the Counseling Center. We know many of us and our families deal with mental health and addiction issues. We are happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. If you need help, please call 856-651-8117. Family, we love you out there. You know their shows all the time. Like, subscribe, follow, download. For Thomas Arnone, Greg Milakovic, Brian Wilson. No sweeps today. He'll be back next Sunday. We love you all. We out.